Luxury jumps on a Boeing jet, leaves behind the family, no regrets. He's got a birthday on your old Shanghai. Eyes are on Mrs. Lai, the reason why. While in Brisbane the tears roll strong, Chinese whispers called him to Hong Kong. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave behind the begging for the Luxy show. Archie flies where the dragon soared to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Archie's chasing dreams in the mystic land. Mrs. Lai brings coffee to his hand. Family's calls echo on the phone. He's miles away, lost but he's not alone. In old Shenzhen's glow, he likes to stray. With Mrs. Lai they bonk till the light of day. Pack up your bags and off you go. He's not showing up to New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Though the tears roll down in Brisbane town, Archie's 3-inch dick flops all around. Celebrations in the neon night, forgetting home he's chasing new Asian delights. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Weeks later Archie leaves his playground, comes back home, he's Brisbane bound. Comes up with stories that he's going bust, has to fool the punters to gain their trust. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Archie spent the punter's money, he's in a fix. Spins a story that he can't eat bricks. All the lonely simps believe his scam. Grab all their cash, shove it in his hand. Pack up your bags and off you go. He didn't bother with the New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Tongues on streams, he cries poor again. His mate Tan gives him $5 grand, maybe 10. Archie thinks he's a big swing dick, cause the punters fall for his gypsy shtick. Pack up your bags and off you go. Didn't bother with the New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore.
Hey guys, Archie Luxury on the Archie Luxury live stream channel. We're here. We're having all sorts of fun today. We're all out here having fun. We're having a good time, and we're getting ready to do it all. We're doing it all to get the punters always happy. We're here to get the punters happy for you. Happy punters, happy punters. That's what we like to do, is have the happiest punters in the Archieverse. Let's go today. What's happening? Let's have a talk. Luxy's taking the day off. He just asked me, he said, look, Arch, I'm not feeling 100%. Can I take? I said, sure, Luxy, you take as many days as you want. The business hasn't been doing terribly great lately. So, I mean, if another day I don't pay him, I got to be honest with you, he's doing me the favor. Let me tell you that. He's giving me the favor. But look, he's okay. He just, you know, look, stuff comes up. What do? You go and you try your best. Try your best. And, yeah, I got to tell you something. I've got a few photos. One of the previous Mrs. Lies. Do you want to see? If you guys send me a $5 super chat, I'll show you a photo. That's right. I'll show you a photo of Mrs. Lie. I've got a few photos. I'll show you a photo. We'll get it up on the screen. That's what we'll, Dad. That's what we'll do. Yeah. So, hey, guys. It's all fantastic. It's all fantastic. So I'm just trying to get everything up and running fantastically. I want to get it all running fantastically. That's what I want to do. Phew, what can I say today, guys? It's been what's the day like today? It's been okay. We had a good day. I had a great day. I had a good day. I had some fun. We had punters. We had talk. You know, it is. Oh, we got someone jumping on. Who we got? We got Baba.
Hey,
Hey, Baba.
how's it going, Archie? How are you?
Baba, you're not curly riffraff here to come and. You're not providing some entertainment
No.
for your
Curly's
mate,
sleeping,
are you? Because
probably.
I would
Curly's
be
probably sleeping.
very disappointed.
No, actually, I came to talk about a novel subject here.
I'd be very
I was-
disappointed if that was the case. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I can't control what he does. I'm definitely
Yes.
not here for that. But anyway, hey, I was wondering,
Hey,
did
I
you
got a
see?
super
Oh,
chat.
go ahead.
Can I
Super
write
chat.
Ferrari? Sorry, I'm just going to show a photo of Mrs. Lai. This is such
Alright.
I don't really like to share photos, but fuck, I need the $5. Okay.
Of course.
Okay, here we go. This is a photo of my beautiful partner interest. There we
Oh, hey,
go.
beautiful.
Okay, there you go. You've seen it. We'll just leave that up for a bit. Panerai Ferrari $5. Beazles also $5. There we
Look
go. And I got to tell you, once they're over 60 years old, just delightful creatures, just lovely,
at
beautiful creatures. The only way you can tell she's a little bit older than 50 is looking at the hands. The hands is the only secret, you
That's
know.
the tell. Yeah.
And you get one of these Asian ladies, low mileage. I'm not talking about a taxi. I'm talking about low mileage, low kilometers, low count. And it's like an older aircraft that they haven't had the cycles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
So they've got a lot of life left in them. Okay. A lot of life left in them. Talk to me, Baba. What's going on? Talk to me. Talk to me, Arch.
Yeah, so I was just curious. I don't know. Did you see Mike the Snake on the Nicholas show? He did a great appearance, Arch. I mean, they made a lot of money. They got Sturdy Danny over there. I'm just
Hey,
curious, what's the strategy? What's the strategy here? I mean, you're giving the link to Nicholas. You're giving him all your panelists. What's happening?
Hey, what can I look? Nikki, I stream. I'll tell you the answer. Okay, I stream 2 to 3 hours a day in the evening show, and in the morning show, I come on for an hour. Okay, I got a few personal problems. I got a dear friend of mine. It's a fucking disaster. He's got a tumor in his brain tumor,
Uplifting.
size of a banana, inoperable.
Fuck.
I've just been, yeah, it just really hit me hard. Look, I got to be honest with you. I'm really looking to go to Shenzhen and put my head in the bosom and just stop worrying about everything, you know? I think they're real, by the way, too. Before you ask me rude questions, they're real, okay? They're real. Look, I got to be totally honest with you. I just want to put my head in the bosom of my life and just relax. You understand or not?
Uh-huh. Yeah, well, I mean, hey, if you can do it, why not, right?
Yeah. And I mean, hey, you got to remember something too. A lot of 75-year-old plus women, an average 50-year-old is better than a stunning 75-year-old man. You understand that? So that's the equivalent of a 50-year-old having a 19-year-old girlfriend, as far as she's concerned with me. But I must admit, there's only so much lobster and crab claw you can eat, you know. But yeah, it's funny. I never really spoke to many people that my balls were getting sore, but they knew in that song, They knew. There's no secrets anymore. I'll just be completely honest now,
They
okay?
soul read you, Archie. They did a soul reading.
Oh my God. Exactly. They knew exactly what's happening. Luxie's taken the day off today. We just said, hey, Arch, I just need it. I said, no worries, no problem. I'll be honest with you. I can save the bucks is good because the shows have been a little bit tough. Baba, they've been tough.
Yeah, I can tell, Arch. Yeah,
They've been tough.
it's interesting
And
what's
there I am
happening here.
buying fucking expensive pens. Right?
Montegraffas, yeah, of course. Why not?
I was going to ask Mrs. Lai if she could make that my birthday present. What do you think?
Why wouldn't she? You
Yeah,
deserve it, Arch. Right?
that's what I kind of feel. Sometimes it's just nice to sit on the couch and just put your head in the bosoms of the world, you know?
Mm. So, Arch, is this your swan song? This is the 2025. This is
I
the
got
year of
to
the swan
embrace
song.
it. What do you think? Embrace it. What do you think?
Fuck, you just got to read the writing on the wall. You gotta do what's best, Arch.
Mm. I'm actually I'm just in shock. My friend's got this brain tumor, and you ask him, how old are you? He doesn't remember.
Ouch.
And he doesn't know where he is. He says, where am I? He's in hospital.
Yeah,
Why
that's
am I
scary.
here? He keeps forgetting he's got a brain tumor.
Yeah, of course.
His long-term
Life
memory is
is.
fine, but this is the funny thing. You can talk to him about other things. He remembers everything. I don't know what to say, Golden Baba. We got Jonathan Higgin Quails the third. Hey, Jonathan joining us.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
Sorry, I hit the button too quick. Hi, Baba. Hi,
How's it
Archie.
going?
Oh,
Yeah,
pretty good.
Jonathan, I revealed Mrs. Lai today. There we go. That's the photo.
Wow, you lucky boy.
Sometimes you just like to put your head into I'm going there in February. I just want to put my head into the bosoms of life,
So I just learned that that this is Mrs. Unnamed. Is that correct?
Mrs. Lai. Mrs. Lai.
Because the picture on the top says unnamed. So I thought that you have a little bit a better of organization here.
Actually, she's number 8, unnamed 8. You notice that?
Okay.
In a series of busty honkinese millionairesses, okay?
Archie, I have a nosy question because I really didn't catch that. And I totally accept when you say, no, this is not my business because it isn't. But I'm nosy. So Mark Goldberg always mentions that doctor.
Yes,
that
Dr. Wang.
She would have done anything for you.
What happened? What had happened with Dr. Wang? And isn't there a chance that you call her and make up with her?
Okay, so Dr. Wang, okay, basically, at that time, I had separated from my wife, okay? We were going our own way, okay? And I was dating, I went out with this lady who was a doctor, and she had this beautiful penthouse apartment. I fell in love with her as much as her penthouse apartment, okay?
Okay.
And what happened was I made a few mistakes in the early stages of the relationship, okay?
As you do.
I basically told her I was divorced when I wasn't divorced. I was separated but not divorced. And she kind of, anyhow, look, it's happened. It was a whirlwind romance. I was this was when I was doing streams with Rancher. They were only 1 hour streams, and she was a lovely lady. I really fell in love with her. She was amazing. Like I really enjoyed this. the physical aspects of the relationship were at a next level.
You're talking
okay?
about the penthouse now, or about Mrs. Wang?
No, the physical aspects of the relationship. Okay.
Okay.
And we just had really good banter. We were interested in fashion. We'd go and look at, but we always wanted discounted fashion. Oh, fuck. We used to go to sales and we'd oh, no, it could be cheaper next week. And we'd hide it. Oh, man, we had such fun. And the problem is she told everybody how great I was, right? And then they said, is he really divorced? And then that's when the problem started. And I said, look, yeah, I'm sorry. I am separated, but not divorced.
So then she was mad and left you. Is that correct? Or?
And it made her look bad because she'd introduced me to her children. Well, then we were still on talking terms, but a fucking fuckhead friends, your fuckhead friends will always poison. And they said, oh, he lied. Oh, wah. Even though, what's the big fucking deal? And she basically, we never really spoke after that. And I tried a number of times, but it's too much water has gone under the bridge now.
Yeah, people move on, Archie. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a number of years ago, and unfortunately, I'd like to patch it up, but the funny thing is, can I tell you something funny? I took some photos of her, right? Because I like photography.
Was she asleep at the time?
And no, this is when we were dating.
Oh, okay.
She used those same photos on her dating profile.
Oh, that's brutal.
Because she was really... Because we're having a sexual relationship, people look cheery and they looked younger, and she really liked the photos.
She had the glow.
Yeah, she had the glow, exactly. And she basically... It's very sad. I've tried to rekindle, but it's just not going to happen.
So did you try to approach her and tell her, well, now things have changed?
I did. Okay. But, the thing is, I've since moved on, okay? Because put it this way, like, this is pre-burglary. I've just, it's too much water has gone under the bridge now. You know what I mean?
But
You're a different person.
She's very stubborn, very unforgiving, okay?
Can't you send out your scout?
She was a gynecologist and she used to put this cream on my cock. I don't know what the fuck it was. Right? This cream, it was this gooey cream. I didn't even ask what it was. It was some Chinese herb or rhinoceros horn extra. I don't even know what the fuck it was, but it was amazing. She was a gynecologist. Okay?
Oh, okay. So she knew all the tricks.
Oh, fuck. That cream. I think it wasn't approved for FDA. It didn't have FDA approval. So she wouldn't actually tell me the name or brand.
Those are the best, Archie. Those are the best.
And I got to be totally honest with you. I really fucking... I was crazy for her. I would have done anything for her as well, to be honest. But unfortunately, it is what it is, okay? And I must tell you this, in all honesty, you can't just go back. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a bit of a sad story, but it is what it is, okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think you're giving up. Oh, I have an echo here. Is that my fault or? So I think you're giving up a little bit too quick. If it,
the thing is this. Let me tell you this: relationships are a hard thing. Like my wife was very good. We stay married for financial reasons. We've got a house. We've got an apartment. So I'm not really that rich because we'd have to split it eventually, right? But The problem is, if I moved into the apartment and my wife kept the house, well, we'd be taking the rent is about 30,000 a year in rent. Do you understand? So that would be coming out of the cash flow. I wouldn't be buying fancy wancy watches. I prefer to sleep on the couch in my studio. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah, Narc is right. I sleep on the couch, okay? That's what worries me with Narc. I've actually got a fold-out mattress that I keep in the box there that I fold out and sleep on. So, yeah, Narc is exactly right there.
So we have a super
chat
chat
every
here.
day. Oh, super chat.
Sorry?
We have
You
a super
unpack
chat,
that.
Archie.
You unpack that mattress every day, Archie. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, it folds out. It folds out. Okay, I sleep on it.
Oh.
I got aircon here. What more do I got? A little refrigerator here. And if I want to do a wee at night, I got a little
Piss in the bottle.
A special bottle there.
That's
okay?
correct. That's dedication, Arch.
Yeah, so I'm just telling you, okay? Super chat JT, $2. Doesn't real Mrs. Lai look like actress Ri Chun-hee? I don't even know who that is.
You know who that is? I'm just trying to pull up the picture. As always, doesn't work at the first attempt. So that is the North Korean news lady.
Oh, she looks lovely. What's wrong with her?
You think so? Oh my God! Oh, here she is.
Yeah, she looks great. What's wrong with that? I bet
You
you
think
under
so?
that
Okay.
gown. I bet you under that gown, no bra, no panties, nothing. Just quick off. Full. It'd be erotic, homoerotic. You know.
You never know
Homoerotic.
what happens underneath that desk.
No, I think she looks great. What's wrong with that? I'm really attracted to Asian women with money, by the way, Jonathan.
Well, I can't blame you.
I got to be totally honest with you. A woman who doesn't like sex is about as useful as a woman without money. And, marriage is a tough thing. I got to tell you guys, marriage is an extremely tough thing. Calm down, Marcus. Marriage, oh my God, she's beautiful. Marriage is an extremely tough thing. You've got to realize that. It is difficult, okay? Marriage, relationships, I got to tell you, what the worst thing, if you want to kill your sex life by 80%, you know what you do?
Tell me.
Get married.
Oh, okay.
Women, once you get married, the sex goes through. It just fucks everything up. That's the worst thing you can do for your sex life is get married. You got to keep it You just got, I'm kind of like Mrs. Lice thinks I'm an international YouTuber. I got fans. I'm a man of mystery. If I lived with her permanently and just throw my undies into the corner of the room, where once a week I put them in the wash, yeah, it's not so sexy. Do you understand what I mean? So I got to be totally honest with you. Marriage is difficult, Jonathan.
Yeah, but couldn't you try to reach out to Dr. Wan again and ask what cream she used, just as a conversation starter?
Look, I tried to look. I would love to ring her one day, but I just don't know if I should.
I mean, Archie, we all know you, and I don't have the impression that you're afraid of receiving a no. So why don't you just go for it and give it a try?
I suppose
Worst that can happen is she tells you to fuck off.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure you've heard that before, so it doesn't really hurt a lot, doesn't it? I'm serious here. I'm not I'm not mocking you,
Yeah.
Archie.
Yeah, I kind of look. I have another relationship with Mrs. Leahy. I don't want to jeopardize that. You know.
Okay.
I only believe. See, I believe you should only have a girlfriend in per continent.
So
It's
the
not
old
cheating.
sailor.
It's not
sailor
cheating
route.
if they're in a different continent.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, when it's a different port, then it's okay.
Yeah. So life is Jonathan. Relationships can be very difficult. Okay.
Yep.
And I got to be honest. Sometimes you can be lonely. The loneliest I've ever been is in a relationship. And I got to tell you, sometimes like I think marriages are like 7 Series BMWs. Okay.
Okay, I haven't heard that. Archie, tell
They
us.
are amazing. They're beautiful. They're elegant. They're stylish. But after about 7 to 10 years, everything fucking goes wrong.
If they would only last for 7 to 10 years.
Exactly. And then you know what the problem is? They've always got a killer balloon payment. When you want to get rid of them, oh fuck, hell breaks loose. But the good thing about a 7 Series is that the next model is always better than the previous.
I mean, if I'm looking at that picture, I'm not sure what you're waiting for the next gig.
Yeah, and the truth is they are more appreciative of younger guy, a foreigner guy with class. They don't like low class men, these women, Jonathan.
Yeah.
They want somebody who knows the labels and knows the stories and knows about stuff. You got to be a Renaissance man. See, you're a Renaissance man, Jonathan. You could very easily I think you could very easily have some uppick there. See, the reality is, Jonathan, I didn't put enough away for retirement, so I'm trying to become a hobosexual, and that's my 401k is my charm. Do you understand?
Yeah, charm and manners, and I met
Charm
you
and good manners. Yes, that's my
Hey,
401.
Arch, where does
Baba.
sniffing fit into the class and the manners?
Look, the thing is, right? You can smell them. They smell amazing. A woman with money. You don't look. The best way I can say. You remember when I bought that fake LV box? When you smell it, it stank of chemicals. When you smell the real one, it smells of class. And that's the whole thing. You get one of these women here who, the more money they have, the more beautiful they smell. Okay. And it's just, you sniff them. They smell amazing. A woman of class just smells incredible, And yeah, no, it's that's my retirement plan, Baba, because I didn't put enough away. Okay, I didn't put enough away, and the funny thing is, if I stayed married to this one, I'd be quite comfortable. But it's just that we've been separated for so long. You know what I mean? We're really just married for the kids and for financial reasons. The tax credits. Does that make sense, Jonathan?
That sounds really sad, but I understand the financial aspect for sure.
Yeah.
I would guess that your wife sees it a little bit differently.
Well, I mean, look, it depends what you want. You can't force people to do things they don't want to do, Jonathan.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
I don't like force anyone to do things they don't. See, Mrs. Lai here, she likes to have a nap in the day. After the live stream, she goes, quick shower and lie down. Quick shower and lie down after the live stream.
So she watches the live streams, including the
Well,
Mrs.
she's been a little
Lifestyle.
bit upset with the coverage
Yeah.
of late, but
Yeah.
she will watch occasional live streams.
And she's not getting angry all the time.
Oh no. I mean, look, I'll be honest with you, Jonathan. I couldn't afford to. The business is really taking a downturn. I can't afford to fly around and live in New York all the time or London. Fuck me dead. You know, it is what it is, Jonathan. It is what it is. You know, that's just how life is. And a Ferrari, what would you enjoy, Jonathan?
Well, I'm not so much after the cars, I must say. So, Baba, where is that picture taken that you have? I can see that you're trying to imitate me.
No. I mean, I think it fits in with the motif pretty
Yeah.
well. You know,
Yeah.
it's from my favorite infinity pool. You
Okay.
know,
And where's
yeah.
that?
I found it on Google Images.
Ah,
Not quite
okay.
sure.
I found that picture on Google Images as well.
Perfect.
So I got to tell you, Jonathan, it's a very tough gig. You know, marriage is a hard gig. You know what
Yeah.
it's like. There's modern pressures, you know, especially in the lives of luxury men like ourselves there. You know, when they ask James Bond, what do you prefer, brunettes or blondes? He says, no, married. And the reason he says that is because he doesn't want the commitment or he doesn't want the responsibility. Do you see what I mean, Jonathan?
Well, the reply is not really comprehensive because I think he wouldn't have issues if the woman that he deals with is married. I can tell from own experience, many women that are married are pretty aggressive in their approach of single men.
I must tell you, I don't particularly. I know this sounds hypocritical, but I really don't want to date a woman who is married. You know what I mean? For one, I'm scared of death. Okay. And secondly, it's just not the right thing to do. Does that make sense?
So your morals are keeping you away.
I don't know. No, it's my Catholicism. It's my Catholic guilt. No, Jonathan. I really have big problems. The Catholic Church, the priests have done such fucking horrible. Many priests have done such horrible things. I'm very, very angry at the churches. But Jonathan, I must tell you, I want to ask you this, Bond. Can I ask you a few questions about Bond? Because you have studied Bond, you've admired
Give it a
Bond.
try. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm trying not to
being
Google
a
it.
spy, right? In real life, a spy wants to be invisible, correct?
Yes, totally.
You want to be nondescript and hidden.
Yes.
So you wouldn't be poncing around in an Aston Martin DB5, for example, would you?
Certainly not. And you wouldn't be dressed in Tom Ford suits where the trousers are too short.
Baroni. I think it's Baroni. Is it Baroni?
Well, Daniel Craig was dressed by Tom Ford. Brioni was Pierce Brosnan.
You wouldn't want to be dressed like that, would you? And the funny thing is, by the way, you must laugh with me, Jonathan. With Pierce Brosnan, they had that Z3 he had, right?
Yeah.
At that stage, only the 1.8 liter had been released. They didn't have the 6-cylinder yet, correct?
Yeah, I think it was a prototype even, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then in the movie, he's out doing Ferraris in it.
No, that is a different movie. You're mixing up the movies, Archie. Get with the program. So the Z3 is not out doing a Ferrari. There is only a small scene where he drives around with a beautiful lady. The scene that you're referring to is where he has a DB5 that was at the beginning of GoldenEye, and he's with his psychiatrist. And then a hot lady is approaching them in a Ferrari 355. I think you're referring to that scene.
Yes, the 355. Yes. What color was it? A black one? I think was it?
No, red.
Red.
And by the way, that that road where they're driving is called Route Chambéry. And you can easily Google that and find it. It's in southern France. Beautiful track to drive. I went there especially because it is so nice. And I was in my rental Ford, and I was doing the DB5 sounds.
Why couldn't you at least rent a fucking BMW? Can I ask you that?
Good question. Good question. It was an afterthought to go there. But then I did it with my Mercedes as well.
What Mercedes did you have?
I had an A-Class, just like Jakey.
Oh,
Wow,
But
that's a great car.
Yeah. It was the hybrid. I know that you don't like the hybrid because that had the Renault engine, but it was very satisfying for 3 years. We had it as a leasing car, and we did fantastic trips with the car. It was black.
Wow. I got to ask you something, Jonathan. I want to ask you this, okay?
Tell me.
Jonathan, in the movies itself, there. So, okay, so the only reason that he could actually have these fancy duper cars is that if he wanted to mix with the high end of high end, right? So then,
Yeah.
that's kind of his. That's the only rationale behind it, is that if you want to meet someone who's a top captain of industry, you have to look like a captain of industry yourself. Correct?
Yeah, but I think it's a weak narrative, to be honest.
Okay. Tell me this. In real life there, right? The real car. Did you ever see that story on this guy made a Bentley based on the book? Did you see that? It's a video
yes. Yeah, car designer, yes.
because the car that's in the book doesn't actually exist. It was a Bentley, not an Aston Martin, correct?
Exactly, yes. It was called the Locomotive.
The
Yes.
Locomotive, yes.
Bentley
Yes. The
Locomotive.
grey car.
1 second, I'm trying to pull it up because there are some.
Are you a Bentley
articles.
fan yourself, Jonathan?
I was always more a Rolls-Royce fan because I was so hooked with the spirit of ecstasy and the grill and everything. When I started being interested in cars, a Bentley was basically a rebadged Rolls-Royce, and back then my preference would have been always the Rolls-Royce. But I can appreciate some.
What about
some
has your
Bentleys.
fan? That's it there. Yes.
That is the one. Yes, my friend Remat from James Bond Lifestyle wrote an article about it, and that's.
Would you ever have you owned a Rolls Royce, Jonathan?
No, never.
Have any family members?
No.
Have you driven
No.
one?
Yes, I told you that. Many years ago, I organized a visit at the Breguet factory for the German Rolls-Royce Owners Club. So we met in Geneva, and they had like 20 Rolls-Royces there. And of course, then when you're having lunch and dinner with those guys, of course I told them that I was always dreaming about owning a Silver Shadow or driving one. And after that lunch, a guy just dropped me his keys and told me, I'm not having a Silver Shadow, but I'm having a Corniche convertible. Would you mind driving my wife around? And he took my rental, and I was driving in his beautiful Corniche convertible.
Did you get to play with his wife in the front seat?
No.
And tell me this: how did you find the experience driving a Continental? Corniche.
I've told you that it was disappointing because it felt like you're directing a ship. So you're virtually driving from one corner of the street to the middle and back. So you never can cut a precise line. Now, I'm not sure if that was due to the fact that the car was probably already 20 years old and not properly maintained, or if they all drive like that. That I don't know.
I actually was doing limousine work just so I could
yeah.
drive Rolls Royces, right?
Yeah.
And I actually had a friend of mine who I said, I'll swap you. He had a 300 SEL 6.3, you know, the 1960s, late 60s,
Oh, beautiful. Yeah.
with the M100 motor.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, compared to the Rolls Royce, the Mercedes was a sports car compared to a barge, a Luxo barge.
Totally. I mean, back then, Rolls-Royce said the horsepower is enough, and the Mercedes has way more than enough.
But the engine is quite old. It's a push rod engine.
Yeah, but it had torque like crazy.
It uses a GM 3-speed, you know, the GM 400 gearbox.
Yes. But they used the same engine then in the 600, in the big one. It was the same engine.
Sorry?
They used that engine that was used in the 6.3. They used it in the 600 and also in the 450 SEL 6.9.
They used it in the Grosser.
Yeah. Funny
the
thing
M100
is,
engine.
Yeah, nobody in Germany calls it Grosser, actually.
No,
For us, it's only the Mercedes 600. That's it.
You know, the logo on the 600 is bigger than any other model.
Yes, I know that. Do you know that that the 600 has a horn in two different technologies?
There's two horns. There's a country horn and a city horn.
Exactly.
Everything is done through the hydraulics.
Hydraulics, yes. You can.
So the windows aren't electric windows; they're hydraulic windows.
Yeah, they're like a guillotine. Yes.
And the suspension is from Citroën.
Yes, and the trunk goes up and down just like a knife. If you open it and close it, yeah.
I love the 600s, don't you?
Oh, in my opinion, it's the best car ever made.
Did the Maybach come close that they reissued?
It is too modern, in my opinion. The 600 is an icon, and even with the Maybach, the bean counters had their influences. While on the 600, they just made it. They
lost
made the
money
car.
on every 600 they sold.
Oh, totally,
you know?
totally. I think they only sold like 3,000 of them.
But they were an engineering feat. What do you think?
Totally and absolutely, yeah. Look at that.
Amazing car. The back seats actually move.
Yes.
You can change the angle on the back seats. That's actually a lovely color, the blue.
Yeah, the blue is really. I think the blue is nicer actually than the black.
Yes. They had some. There's a lighter metallic blue I like as well. They did.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And you can
Ice
also
blue.
get them with sunroofs. The 600s came with had some with a factory sunroof as well. Did you know that?
Yeah, also with an air conditioner and with a fridge.
Yes, which was quite because these came out originally in the early 63, I think, wasn't it?
I think you're right. Don't nail me down on the year, but it sounds right. Yes. Mm-hmm.
And everyone who was anybody, John Lennon had one, Frank Sinatra.
Yep. And all the dictators and potents had one.
Mao had one. Mao had a couple, I believe. Idi Amin had one. A couple.
Yeah.
A lot of
the
African dictators had them.
Yeah.
They loved them. And I don't think you ever see cars like this again, do you?
Yes, and that is my point. I think that is more solid and more effort and more passion than into a Maybach. The Maybach is a different generation with all the gadgets, but it was a kind of a business enterprise. This one was just a statement car, nothing else.
Yeah.
Didn't matter if they lost money or not.
No, that's exactly it. They were absolutely amazing car.
Baba,
And
are we boring you with those?
Oh
fine
no,
cars?
I'm just along for the ride, ready for anything.
the fascinating thing is, Jonathan, the V8s. Mercedes went to V8s. BMW, see, so in you look at the cars, BMW, because the car before this was the Enamel. That was the predecessor to the 600. The Enamel.
Yes.
They were a 6-cylinder.
Mhm.
So this released the V8s. BMW didn't come to V8s. They basically had 4s and 6s. That was their main bread and butter, wasn't it?
Yes.
And the 8s, their 8s isn't really that great. Apparently, they reckon the straight 6. BMW always. Mercedes went to V6 later. You know that. Where they changed from the 320 to the 350. That became a V6.
Yeah.
And the sad, most cars today that are 6-cylinder are V6s. You know that, don't you?
At most, yes, at most. If they don't have a 4-cylinder, yeah.
And the funny thing is, they've worked out the most efficient engine is either the size of the engine is 2-liter or 3-liter 6. 2-liter in a 4 and 3-liter in a 6-cylinder. And I've got to tell you, Jonathan, it's a great tragedy that limousines are no longer the in thing. Like, limos. Remember limos in the 80s and limousines.
Yeah.
They're not cool anymore because they got these stretched SUVs now, stretched Hummers.
Yeah, not only that, they have those SUVs, those Toyotas that you see very often in Asia. Toyota has a luxury SUV. No, it's a van actually. It's not an SUV. It's a van, a kind of van limousine where the drivers are then waiting.
A van. See, I like to have the center of gravity. To me, a limousine is a limousine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad. Even Bentley's gone to SUVs. Rolls-Royce has gone SUV. It's very sad, Jonathan.
Yeah. True.
I remember when BMW made the 3 Series, the 5 Series, the 7, and the 8. That was enough. You know what I mean?
Well, you can't change your customers' tastes. Either you go with the flow or you're not selling cars anymore. I was just reading an article about the Consumer Electric Show in Las Vegas, and Sony presented a car that has a new level of entertainment system inside. And that caters to the Chinese clients who want all kind of media experiences while they are sitting in a traffic jam.
Wow. Have you gone much in China? I must say, I quite like China. I like driving in China. The roads are pretty good. Many beautiful highways and that there.
Yeah, I've never been driving myself in China. I always have a driver because it's too crazy for my taste, and I don't want to kill somebody or be responsible or be held somewhere in a prison just because I'm a foreigner and I made an accident. So I'm a little bit chicken feet here.
Yeah, I get what you're saying there. It's a good point. We got who's deep. Who is this?
I think that's
guy?
Palve.
How we?
Hey Palve, good to hear that you're doing well. Is that all?
What does he say? I don't know. He's a bit strange at times. Full screen, he says. He's sort of
Today he's shy.
Yeah, I might wind this show up there. Luxy will be back tomorrow. I just came on to welcome everybody.
If you want to hop on, hop off, just hop off, and I'm gonna have a talk with Baba if he wants. If you have the time.
Yeah, okay. You can turn it off then, Jonathan.
Yes, I can.
I love you, Jonathan. You have a good time, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys. See you later.
You have a good night.
Great vid, Arch.
Oh,
ya.
I'm getting
Bye-bye.
a roadworthy. You know what? I got to wake up early to get a roadworthy for my dad's Mercedes.
What is a roadworthy?
Oh,
A
when you sell
loan?
a car, you need to have which says a government. They do a safety check. It's a safety check to
Okay.
say it's
Certified.
everything. Yeah. No,
Mhm.
no, no.
Yeah.
It's not certified. A safety check. It's just a requirement. It's a statutory requirement where they check the brakes, they check this. No
Yeah.
oils leak, no
They
leaks,
certify
and
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not certified as like Mercedes or BMW does that. No, no, no. This is just for safety. This is a state.
So,
Like all
so if
cars,
you,
doesn't matter what brand it
uh,
is, you have to check it.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
Yeah.
guys.
is
See
no
you.
Archie? Just one question: is that only if you sell the car? Is that a government requirement, or is that an annual requirement?
Oh no, it's only if you sell it. So basically, you do the transfer document, and a roadworthy needs to be attached to the transfer
Okay.
forms.
So if you want to sell a car privately, you have to have it checked by an official organization.
They have an official testing center, a mechanic who
okay.
is certified, and no dodgies, because the people used to give you backhanders and that. You get
Yeah,
into big trouble. And also, what happens is, the roadworthy is valid for 30 days, but normally if it expires, you can quickly get it renewed. It doesn't cost much to extend it another 30 days.
Okay, that's new to me, because here in Germany I can sell you the car in a minute, and you hand me over the cash, I hand you over the key, and we are done. We don't need those kind of inspections here, and I'm
No,
pretty sure Baba in the US doesn't need it as well.
no, that's
Yeah.
a fair point. Yeah. Okay, guys, see you later. I
Okay.
love you. Bye
Archie,
bye.
bye.
The Arch. Hey, I got something for you. You want to roast my watch that I'm wearing? Maybe you can pull it up.
Go for it.
Yeah, it's a Breitling Transocean chronograph moon phase.
1 second. Breitling,
Transocean
Transocean. Okay.
chronograph moon phase.
Chrono
1461.
is 14.
1461.
61. Let
Pretty sure
me
that's
pull
what it
that up.
is.
Oh, that
Yeah.
is a vintage piece, isn't it?
Right. No, not
No?
really. Well, no.
Present collection. Okay,
Yeah.
let me try to find one with a dark dial, or with a
Dark
silver
dial,
dial.
yeah. Dark
Okay,
dial.
we have one here on Bob's watches. Actually, I as much as I would. So is that the watch here?
That's the one.
Shit. I
Roasted,
think it's
man.
beautiful.
Roasted. Oh,
The
thank
only
you,
thing
man.
the only thing that I don't like is are those Milanese bracelets.
Yeah.
Because if you look here at the tube at the lug, I remember
The gap.
when I started with watches, those were super cheap bracelets that you put on watches when you didn't want to buy a leather strap or anything. So when you were running out of ideas, you had those generic Milanese straps.
Full screen!
Palve, first of all, please don't scream. My eardrums are blown. And Palve, if you want to pull something up, then throw it in.
No. Full screen, full screen, full screen, full screen, full screen,
Say
full
please.
screen,
Say please.
full screen, full screen, full
Say
screen,
please. Where are your manners?
full screen, full screen, full screen,
Where are your manners, Palve?
full screen,
Full screen, please.
full screen.
Well, I can play that all day long if you want.
Full screen, full screen, full screen.
It's not full scream, it's full screen. Okay, so if you don't say please, we're just talking about Baba's watch thing. Okay, let's talk about the
Yeah,
watch.
so
first.
about this watch, actually, I originally bought it for less than, I think it was like $5,000 or something. And I think it was a pretty good buy. I mean, it still runs beautifully.
Yeah,
Love it. Yeah.
is that the
Triple
same?
calendar. Go ahead.
Yeah, but that is a triple calendar because the recent one there is a kind of downgraded perpetual calendar. I don't remember the name how Breitling calls that, but that is only a triple calendar, correct?
Right. Yeah. Triple calendar.
Yeah, but I think it's beautiful. What's wrong with it?
Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, I love my shitters, you know?
Well, I wouldn't call it a shitter, and you know that I'm a big fan of white metals and black dials.
Mm. Yeah,
So
good contrast.
yeah, I can't really blame you. My love for those watches started with a Patek perpetual calendar chronograph that was only available with a black dial in platinum, and that is where I really liked it. Ah, I wanted to put Palve on if he's ready to have manners, but now he left. Palve, come back.
Oh, bad. Too bad. So yeah, just figured I would contribute something. What else? You have any topics for today or what?
Not really. No, I was just hopping on to keep Archie a little bit entertained. But I'm now that you gave me the opportunity to roast your watch, I'm going to show you the watch that I'm wearing, and you
All
can go for it.
right.
1 second. 1 second. I'm just pulling it up, and here we go. What do you think of that?
Interesting. Wow. What
Yeah.
size is this?
It is actually, I haven't measured it. It's relatively small, and it was gifted to me 25 years ago.
What's the significance of the single numeral?
You mean that 8 here?
Yeah.
So the watch is full with symbols, and this was a startup company, but from people who were very passionate about watches, Christian Bedat and his mother. And the 8 symbolizes several things. First of all, it's an 8. Secondly, you can see that micro printing here, just like Cartier does it.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult to achieve, but they're doing it. Then it looks like one of those sand clocks, and it's also the symbol for eternity. And if you put it in a stretch, so it is their logo here. You can see here that is their logo, and it could be 2 B's, just like son and mother, Christian Bedat and Simone Bedat. They founded the company, so that is the symbolism that they have, and that was their shtick, to put the 8 always like that, no matter if they had Roman numerals or batons.
The dial reminds me of a postage stamp.
You mean because of the waves?
Waves, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
The old paper or something. It looks like a paper dial almost.
Yeah, that's exactly the color and the structure that I like. My friend whom I was discussing with, she told me it looks like a Cartier, but I told her, look, they have that guilloche pattern and then lacquered it over, so you can see that pattern sublime me in the background, which makes the dial much more interesting and more valuable, in my opinion, than just a plain Cartier dial.
The hands are very unique too. I mean, there's such a contrast in the shape of each of the hands. It's really not something you see very often.
Yeah, the hands also have a story because they are befriended with a jeweler in Geneva, Benoit de Gorsky. If you're in the center of Geneva, you can find that store. And he designed those hands, and those are tools for goldsmiths.
Interesting.
Yeah. So here Patel is ranting in the comments already that Higgy only likes this because he admitted that it reminds him of a Patek. No, I like it because I got it free of charge, actually. That was a personal gift from the owner of the company. But then the sad story is that I had burglars here, so the watch has been stolen, and Mrs. Higgins bought me another one for my 40th birthday. So that is the full story of the watch.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah. Burglars are everywhere, unfortunately. Why doesn't it
So,
work?
what is this? What is this movement?
It is a Piquet 12 line movement, manual wind, very slim, and it has been used by Piaget back then as well. It's a very expensive movement, not very easy to get, and he it was basically too expensive for his watches, and he only had 2 watches that had this particular movement,
Mm.
and he was
There's
wearing
a,
it, and he just gave it to me as a sign of appreciation, and of course he had the watch with a more expensive movement inside.
there's a lot of hidden details, like the inner track has the lettering in there too. I just noticed
Yes, it
that.
says here Bedat and Co. And then AOSC. They created an own level of conduct where they certify that each single component is being entirely made in Switzerland, for example. They guarantee the authenticity. They had 8 years of guarantee. That was their VSOP label for their own watches. They hope to make that just like something like the Geneva seal, but the brand didn't really take off. They sold the company then to Gucci ultimately, and they're still struggling to sell watches. But I think they are beautiful.
And very unique. We have a missed member chat from Scratchy.
Oh shit! Okay, 1 second. Where is Scratchy's member chat? Oh, here it is. We have Scratchy here. Scratchy, member for 23 months. Jonathan Quayle Higgins, what do you think of the new Speedy Platinum? Oh, we've seen that recently. 1 second. Speed.
Very expensive, huh?
Oh, 160,000 Aussie dollars. So it's like 80,000.
Pretty crazy.
Speedmaster Platinum. I always have to say what I'm doing, so I apologize.
The funniest thing is how cheap platinum metal is now. I mean, the audacity to charge this much for platinum bracelet is pretty absurd.
I agree with you here. I think it's a kind of political move now because it used to be like that, and the platinum market or the market for platinum users is very limited, and they don't want to change that perception. But I agree with you that it's not really justified by the raw material cost. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Is it 71,000 euro beautiful? I doubt it. I mean, that is a lot of money. For the same money, you can get a Platona with a platinum bracelet.
Oh, wait a second. On Instagram, I saw that it had a full platinum bracelet. Is that not what you're talking about?
I think you can get this also with a platinum bracelet. Then, of course, for an extra charge, here it is.
Okay, here we go.
And this is 105,000.
Wow.
So if you compare that to a Platona, the Omega is even more expensive than a Platona, and in my opinion, that doesn't make sense. Omega, know your place.
Mm-hmm.
But on paper, it looks beautiful. If I'm not watching the price tag, it's beautiful. If I would spend this kind of money, 105,000, I would top up a little bit and buy a datograph. So,
how much do you think this would drop on the secondary?
Oh, can you imagine that you have to sell that and find a buyer who even pays 50,000 for it?
Exactly.
It's going to be difficult. But we are always having that discussion about secondary market value. Oh, we have Watch Nerd Nick here. Hello.
Hi guys, how are you?
Very good.
Guys, there's a brand new Speedy that just got launched just in the last 30 minutes.
Okay.
Really?
Do you have a link or what?
Oh, I just put the link in the chat. It was on Instagram, but it might be on the website. It's a meteorite dial, 43 millimeter.
I can't copy the link, unfortunately. It's only on Instagram.
It might be on the website now, though. Like it just had its global launch.
Okay, so tell me, so it's a Speedmaster?
It's a Speedmaster professional, 43 millimeter meteorite dial.
Okay, Omega. Let's see if I'm finding a hit. I only see the gray here, unfortunately.
Go to the homepage on the Amiga website that you're on now.
Yeah.
It should be on the website already.
Speedmaster. We have Palve here in the background. Palve, I hope that you behave. Palve?
Did this, please. Did this, please. Did this, please. Please, did this, please. You say please, please.
And what do you want? I don't understand you. What does he say, please?
Deep dish, please. Deep dish, please.
Deep
Full
dish.
screen. Full screen.
Full
Deep
screen
dish,
on.
please.
Full screen on
Oh,
deep dish. 1
please,
second.
This, please. This,
I have here a hard time multitasking. I'm trying to find this Omega, and now I'm doing your nonsense here. Okay.
Use a please. This, please.
Here we go.
Please. Oh, look at me. 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 Look at me.
Okay.
Look at me. Deep this, Curly. Deep this, Curly. Get it. I'll go to drink a drop of water. My throat is dry now, please. Drop, please. Give this Curly, please. Give this Curly, please. Chicago Town Pizza, please. Give this, please. Please. Please.
Okay, anything else?
Please subscribe to my channel, please. Deep Dish
Okay.
Curly, please.
So your channel is Deep Dish, correct?
Deep Dish Curly, please.
Okay.
Look at my apron. Look at my apron, please. Look at my apron, please.
Okay, Tanzil just sent me a link.
Look at my apron, please. Never mind, Patel. Look at my apron, please.
Okay. That's enough now.
No, look at my apron, please.
So 1 second. Let me try to find it.
Sounds like Archie.
You think so? Okay. We are sorry. Patel has sent me the link. Tan, can you please hop on, because I can't find it on the German Omega webpage. Oh, here we have it. 1 second. Safari opens it. Now I have to transfer it to. So Baba, this is always when I'm stressed, it doesn't work. Then I'm doxing myself. That is when it happens usually.
Sounds too complicated. This, I don't even know how to share it.
Yeah. So it's not that easy. So let me try to pull that up.
Share. You gotta do your LUX
share.
Share.
I know.
I love the tropical islands you guys have got there.
Yeah.
Calming, huh?
We are dreamers.
Yeah.
Okay, so here it is. Oh, and we have Jamie Opulence as well.
There it is.
Wow. It's mobile, Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie is doing a palve. Say please.
He's gone?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
You missed him.
Okay.
Yeah, I like this black. I like this black meteorite.
It's
Nice.
cool.
Yeah.
But do you reckon it looks a bit like the Swatch collabs?
Now you say it.
Similar,
You
right?
ruined it. You ruined it. It's
I know.
garbage.
I know. It's the first thing I saw.
Yeah.
And 43 millimeter. It's a big one.
Yeah, it's very big. So what kind of movement do we have here? Is it still the traditional one that we all know? I think the brighter is a little bit nicer.
Oh well, there's a blue one as well, is there?
Yeah. You mean that one here?
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
So let me check the movement here. Technical data. Where's the movement? Description. Eigenschaften. Doesn't even say which movement is inside.
Oh wow.
Maybe it's a
So
work
it
in
is
progress.
apparently it's 20,000 euros. So it's almost double of the price, just like the
The
normal
normal
Speedy.
Speed. And meteorite with moon phase. It must be thick.
You mean because of the meteorite
Yeah.
dial?
I mean, the movement, maybe.
Yeah. So yeah, look, to be honest, this is a steel watch with a meteorite dial, which is 20,000 euros, $20,000. I'm always asking the same question, just like with the platinum or those Canopus gold watches that are so crazy in price. Who loves Omega that much to pay this kind of money for those watches? I really don't
Yeah.
get it.
Same with the platinum, though, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if that's ceramic bezel. It looks a bit like a...
Could be. 1 second. What does it say here?
But do you think they're flooding? Like, it's just turning into like the Royal Oak now. It's just so many different variations.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's always been the Omega complaint for years now, right? So,
Oh, does that say 18K gold? I can't read German. It's
So the hands, the hands are made
okay.
out of gold. That's and the meteorite is PVD coated in black. That is why it's black.
I
I
see.
guess on the other one it's clear meteorite. So yeah, it says 9914 chronograph manual. Not sure what that caliber is all about. 9914 doesn't sound familiar to me. Not sure if it sounds familiar to the Omega guys out there. So
This is
just
a-
like you say, it's brand new. So probably
Yeah.
we will have to do a little bit more research on that.
Well, do you reckon it would be just the normal movement with the module on top?
Could be, yes. Could be that they're renaming it then. I'm asking myself, why is that 43? Because usually the Speedmaster is 42. So what is the
Yeah.
reason why they are increasing now to 43?
Yeah, that's true as well. It must be a brand new movement.
Okay,
But
we
it's
have a
pretty...
super chat here. Piaget Altiplano. Oh, I know which one he means. Skeleton. That is a watch that has been presented yesterday, as far as I know. Let me check if that's the case. Monochrome. Monochrome watches, and I think I've seen that yesterday on monochrome or on hot inky. Here it is. Tan, do you mean that one here? Skeleton métier d'art. And tell me about Anita Porcher. Well, I can. So is that Dal by Annette? Yeah, it says Cloisonné enamel artwork by Anita Porcher, which is amazing. So yeah, I'm trying to tell you a little bit about Cloisonné, but Baba has heard it so often that he can tell us as well. So cloisonné is a special technique of enameling, and you can see that here. So basically the artisan is using a very thin gold wire, and then it's rolled flat, so it stands a little bit like a flat noodle, and those wires are then bent by hand, and they form they create those cloisons. Cloison means borders. So they create those fields where you can put in the enamel powder, and there is a sharp line then between the different colors. And this technology is very old, and it's called cloisonné. And Anita Porcher is basically the high priest of cloisonné enameling. Everything that comes out of her workshop is being considered to be state of the art, and the best of the best. Very expensive Pateks are coming from her workshops. And here, not only the dial has that cloisonné pattern, but also the bezel. So you can see here the matching patterns also on the bezel. So not only on the dial, which is
I like how they
little-
mix. I like how they mixed it up with the bezel, with jewels, and the...
yeah.
Looks good.
Yeah. Yeah, I do wish they carried the cloisonne at least across the dial to the top, but yeah, the cloisonne is beautiful. That's for sure.
What do you mean all across? So you mean half of it, or?
Well, I mean, I'm not a jewel guy,
Hmm.
so I know Nick likes the asymmetry with the jewels, but
Yeah.
I would like if they had a fully enameled, dial
Hmm.
version. That would be amazing, I
Is,
think.
was the movement, is it jeweled as well?
Well, yes, and that was a point that I was just trying to make. The Altiplano is the very slim watch from Piaget, and now we have a skeletonized watch where the bridges and everything is pierced down to a minimum, and then they drill holes inside to set those stones, which is then even more complicating than skeletonizing and engraving those bridges. Additionally, those stones are usually very high, so I'm pretty sure they're carving out the shape of the stones, particularly not to make them too high, because then they would collide with other movement parts.
Well, you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of somebody wearing a baseball hat crooked, You know
Well,
what I mean?
yeah, that reminds you of the guy who made the super chat.
Yeah, exactly. I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
why.
I love I love when JB is going after him for wearing the hat incorrectly.
Yeah.
Is
So
this one limited?
I think so. Yes, due to the nature, Anita Porsche is very busy, and yeah, 8 watches.
8? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at
So
that. It's crazy. Well, 303,000 euro.
yeah, which is it's art. It's art at the end of the day.
Mm.
Do you know my favorite Piaget Altiplano?
Which one?
1 second, let me bring that up. So some time ago there was a competition about the flattest watch out there, and the competition between Bulgari and Piaget went on, and Piaget at one point made a very slim watch, which is here
Yep.
the Altiplano Ultimate that you see here
Ah,
on that
with a tourbillon.
field. That was record holder. Let me see. Yeah, that was 2 millimeters thin, and it held the world record. Then Bulgari made one 1.85 millimeters thin, and then Richard Mille came across and made one 1.75 millimeters thin. Then Bulgari made one 1.7 millimeters slim, and Piaget said we are not going to continue that. So you know what Piaget did? They just kept the 2 millimeters, but they added a tourbillon
Yep.
into the slimmest watch out there. So
They've
it is
got,
not the slimmest watch out there, but it's just crazy to have a working tourbillon in a watch that is 2 millimeters thick.
I think they hold the record for the slimmest tourbillon, though, right?
Probably yes. But
Yeah,
usually
it's nice.
usually the competition is about the slimmest watch, which is at the moment Konstantin Chaikin.
Yep.
I've only seen prototypes so far from the watch, so I hope that he's finally able to achieve that goal.
I still don't. I'm not a big fan of the Richard Mille one, though. It's like a
It looks like a
credit
credit card.
credit card on your wrist.
Yeah. And it's also, many doubters say that is not a true ultra slim watch, because you need a special key to wind it up and to set it. And
Right.
with a normal and ultra slim watch, you have a kind of crown or a device to set and wind the watch directly. So that is also one of the criticism that are against Richard Mille.
And I think the power reserve on the Richard Mille was very short because the nature of winding it was like a day or something.
You mean the power reserve? Yeah, but that's the nature of the game. I think none of those watches have really a high power reserve or even a chronometry accuracy. So it's all about being thin and just get the watch work.
I have to admit the Bulgari ones look the best Well, this one's good too. But when you look at the thinnest ones, at least Bulgaria got some style about them.
I think,
Yeah, the thing about them, I mean, it feels like you're gonna break it when you hold these ultra
Yeah.
thin.
and that's
Especially, I
certainly a
mean,
risk.
yeah,
That's certainly a risk because can you imagine how thin the crystal is when you have a watch that is total 1.7 millimeters?
exactly. Yeah.
Do you know if they use sapphire or is it acrylic?
As far as I know, they do. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm just.
Let's see if someone brings out something even thinner this year.
Yeah, I think that competition here has gone to a degree where it's getting a little bit ridiculous and very expensive. Keep in mind the Richard Mille was like 1.7 million, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, something like that.
Palbe,
Oh, golden Baba, golden Baba. Look at my apron. Yes, golden Baba, golden Baba. Look at my apron.
the apron.
Yes.
I think we're not
Golden
going to
Baba.
put him full screen
Go-
again.
No, golden Baba, golden. You can hear me, golden Baba, golden Baba.
What? Yeah.
Look at my apron. Look
see
at
it.
my apron.
Mm.
Look at. Do you see? Do you see?
Oh.
Look at. Look. Do you see?
Beautiful. Mm.
Oh, look at my apron.
Mm-hmm.
So what is your thought about that Altiplano made by Anita Porsche, Palbe?
Look at my apron, please. Right.
Is it all about
Golden
look
Baba.
at me?
Look at me, golden Baba. Golden Baba. Look at me. Look
Yes.
at me.
Glorious.
So here, that is the 1.7 millimeter
Yeah, crazy.
Bulgari Ultra.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, and no matter how hard the case material is, this watch will flex if you
Exactly.
put stress on it.
Yeah, it's just too thin for me. I mean, it's like taking the qualities of titanium and making them about dimensions, you know? It's really not my cup of tea. But
Well, it's a kind of horological flex, I would say. That's basically what it's all about.
sure.
If you got to spare 600,000 euro, I think I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
at
And by the
first
way,
one.
Monochrome just updated their webpage, and they have the new Omega here.
They've got it there. Okay.
Mm.
So let's see here if we. So thank you very much for your super chat, Patel Philip. I hope that I replied to your questions. I'm gonna pull up the Patek with the AP dial in a second. I just would like to check here about the movement.
Oh, about this, isn't it kind of silly to have a moon phase on a Speedmaster? Seems kind of silly to me.
Why that?
Well, because it's supposed to be a space watch, right? I mean, you don't need a moon phase if you're in space.
Yeah, but most of the time you're looking to the moon from planet Earth,
Oh, of course, yeah.
so your
Of
time in
course.
space is pretty limited.
Well, that too, yeah.
So that is not the classic movement that
No.
you see in the Speedmaster.
Mm.
There's no, you can't even see anything. It's all, that's just a module on top by the looks of things, right?
Looks a little bit like that, yes. But you can see here the column wheel.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
How many
Thank you,
jewels,
Phil.
man? Wow. Look at all the jewels.
Yeah.
45.
Yeah.
Do you really
So to
need
be
an
honest,
open?
I like the natural meteorite more than the PVD coated.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like
That looks-
natural. I mean,
That, look-
that
that looks like
I'm just not a
ceramic
fan
bezel.
of.
1 second.
You think?
It looks like it.
Case.
Yeah, ceramic bezel.
White enamel.
Oh,
That's
wow.
No, or blue ceramic with white enamel tachometer scale.
Oh,
So the
okay.
tachometer is enamel apparently. Let's have a look here. So probably they are making a ceramic bezel, and then the inlay is not like with Rolex PVD coating. Then they
enamel.
put enamel and firing that up.
Interesting.
So that's a little bit neat, I must say. Yeah.
And for me, regular meteorite just looks kind of dull in real life. So I don't know. I mean, it looks kind of cool in pictures, but I get bored of it. So, but that's me.
They've gone all out with meteorite this year. Look at the platinum
Yeah,
version. Now there's this.
very popular. Yeah.
Baba, you're hard to please, I must say.
Yeah.
So I would like to show you one of my favorite watches when it comes to enamel dial. That is the Carillon code 1159. Forget about the dial and the functions. No, forget about the case and the function. This is all about dials. So those are little golden rings that are embedded here, and that is
The
also
bubble
done by,
bobble. I call this the bubble bobble watch.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's nice.
I find that outstanding. And 1 second here. Yeah, here it's a full screen. And those are done by Anita Porcher. And how do you know that? Here there is a little AP. That doesn't stand for Audemars Piguet. That is Anita Porcher. Here, that
So-
one here.
What does she like? Her art, is it mostly like pictures you hang on the wall? Or what does she
No.
actually
No,
specialize in?
she's an artisan for enamel dial.
Oh, she just specializes in enamel dials.
Yes, and only in cloisonné and all kind of stuff, because there is also micro painting in enamel, but she doesn't do that as far as I know. She does cloisonné and paillonné and all those kind of enamel works, but she doesn't do micro painting.
Are these unique?
I think they made, I think each dial is unique because they also had a dial with needles. By the way, that is Anita Porcher here, and she made also dials with needles here. So I think each dial was a unique piece here.
Interesting.
You can see here those little needles that are basically the cloisons, and she puts them on the dial.
So has she always been like a freelancer, or she's been associated with a brand before? What's her?
She was a freelancer. She learned from a woman. Her name was Marguerite Koch. Marguerite Koch was a very famous enameler for micro enamel painting, and she learned from her. And as far as I know, she always was freelancer, but she always worked for the big maisons, just like Patek Philippe, AP, and others. I know that Anders and Genève, I think, worked together with her as well. But it's always a privilege to have an AP signed dial, and when you have a signature which says A. Porcher, then it's done by herself. Those AP dials are made in her atelier, so probably she hasn't done all the work herself. So when she signs AP, it's done in her atelier.
So do you know? So when she sticks these balls or sticks on, do they then bake again the enamel?
Yes. Yes. Not only that, you have to put a clear enamel powder then on top, because you can't burn it in the already burnt enamel. It's a different layer then.
I wonder how many of these she goes through to get the right one.
Not only that, you need the right temperature, and the oven is like 800 degrees hot. So if you have any particle of ashes or dust that falls on your dial, you can scrap it and start all over again.
Wow. So, this is really interesting. I have to research her a bit more.
I wonder
Yeah,
how many
Anita-
variations. How many variations do they have of this? Because they're showing 3 different.
Yeah, I'm just checking. I think that article says, but that watch was like 600,000. So it was a natural thing that this would be a limited edition. No, it was 700 actually.
Oof.
And now let's have a look.
5 pieces. Whoa. Okay. I guess
5
we're seeing
pieces?
all. Yeah.
You're faster than me. Okay.
Yeah, only 5 pieces. Wow.
Yeah.
I like the bubble one. Looks cool.
Yeah, I love the bubble one. Actually, I approached an enamelist and asked him if he can recreate such a dial, and he said no, I can't. So I have no idea how she got those golden rings in those different sizes and everything. But I couldn't have such a dial done for one of my watches.
I just like how the enamel looks like a drop of water. Like, you know, when you drop something in like a flat piece of water, it looks like the ripples.
Yeah,
Looks good.
yeah. 1 second, I'm having here
But I
pictures.
never saw these. When was this? Was this released a while ago? Was it?
I think that is 3-4 years ago. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So I have here. Yeah, probably it's faster than I'm looking for the article. 1 second here.
This is what you call a piece of art.
Yeah. So 1 second. Monochrome art of customization. Baba
You don't see
knows
many.
knows
You don't
this
see many.
article.
You don't see many men's watches with enamel like this.
I'm just showing you one here.
Oh, the
So-
Patek one.
That is not a Patek. That is my watch, but it's not a Patek.
It's a ripoff of Patek.
Yeah,
sorry.
Chinese ripoff. We
Oh
all
wow.
know that.
Yep.
So I'm pulling that up because I love those pictures of the progress in making. So here you have it here. That is the artisan. That is my dial, and that is in the process of being made. So you can see those gold borders, those cloisons, and partly filled with enamel and everything.
And how long does it take to do something like this from start to finish?
Usually 2 days.
Wow. And that's someone just sitting there
Yes.
with a microscope.
Yeah. And it's very difficult to make. I tried it myself in her atelier, but miserably failed, of course. And it's very difficult also to work with this enamel because you moisten the brush, and you try to dissolve it. The enamel is a powder, very fine ground powder, so it's very difficult also to apply.
So to get these different color shades, that would be extremely difficult then, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but that was one of my requirements because I told her that I wanted, for example, the Himalaya that you see here, the mountains here, I wanted them darker than the landmass. So, and you can see here how she worked that out.
That was nice.
And have a look here at the mini cloison here. That is the island of Bora Bora where my avatar is from. So she made an extra cloison here for Bora Bora for me.
And this is tiny in real life, right? Like what's the...
Well, it's 1.8 millimeter, 1.8 centimeters
Wow, okay.
in diameter. Yeah, it's really small.
Crazy.
So, how many monochrome articles are written about you, Higgins?
Only one, but we're working on the second, actually.
All right.
There will be a second article one day. So 1 second, I'm trying to find the Patek 5531. So this is a man's watch, and one of my favorite Patek Philippe watches, if something like that ever exists, is here, the 5531. Also a world time watch, and that dial here.
A minute repeater.
It's a minute repeater, yes, also automatic. And if you look very close, you can see here a signature which says AP. So it's Anita.
Oh,
Pacheco
yeah,
again.
I can. Yep.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So you can see here the cloisons, those borders of the boat, the flag, the cross inside. That is all cloisonné.
Wow.
If you're lucky to get such a watch, I know somebody who applied but didn't get a yes so far. But if you're lucky and get one, didn't they have prizes here somewhere? Come on, Patek. Don't leave me alone. They had prices hidden somewhere, but here it is. Here it is. So this is 700,000 euros, and if they allocate you one, you could theoretically immediately flip it for 1.3, 1.4 million. That is how
Not
rare they
bad.
are. Yeah.
Damn. Okay. And how many of these were released? Does it say?
There is not a limited number, but they are only doing a handful of those per year. So this is for special selected clients only, and with all minute repeaters, the boss himself listens to how they sound, and only if he approves the sound, then it's greenlit. Otherwise, it goes back.
Wow.
Higgins, while you're on the side, I have a question for you. What's worse, Patek Pilot Watch or the Sport Calatravas, the new Sport Calatravas? Which is worse?
You mean the Cubitus or which
No,
sport?
no, no. Forget the Cubitus. No, I'm talking about the ones with the three colors, the yellow,
Oh,
the
The carbon
the
fiber.
AutoZone.
yeah. What's worse,
Easy,
that or the Pilot Watch?
easy question for me. I really hate the Pilot Watch with
All right, I knew you were going to say that.
with a passion, with a passion. So, but you ask me what is worse, fungus or STD?
Uh-huh.
So 1 second, where's that Pilot Watch even? Which collection are they in? Let's have all models.
Is it in complications or?
I don't know. I think it's a travel time.
They're embarrassed by it. They've hidden it.
Here it is.
There it is.
I mean, that is just pathetic, and it is not typical Patek. The problem is a year or two earlier, Zenith made a similar watch. Now, the accusations that Patek ripped that off are ridiculous because everybody knows that such a watch takes years to from start to finish. So I don't think that they ripped Zenith off. It was just a bad coincidence. But they are ugly. They are big with those 4 buttons sticking out. That is totally not Patek. So I don't really like that.
Have you seen the Cartier Pasha Golf watch?
Oh yeah, I know that.
It reminds me of this.
Yeah, kind of, because it also has those buttons sticking out. Yes. So Patel is now sending me pictures. He's trying to manipulate here the show, and I'm going to ignore him for a second, because I'm a very bad multitasker. When I'm doing one thing, I can't do something else. So
Do you think those Calatravas would be better if they were smaller? Like they're 40 mil.
You're talking about that travel time now, or the Calatravas in general?
These guys, these Calatravas, like they're 40 mil for a dress watch. Well, they call it a sports watch, but it's not really a sports watch.
Yeah, my main beef with those is something else, because they made the exact watch as a limited edition celebrating their new factory building. If I remember correctly, it was supposed to be issued in 2020, but then they had to delay it to 2021, but it still says 2020. And basically what they did is they took the steel watch limited edition, made a white gold watch, and just continued producing that. So it's just a continuation of the lazy approach that Patek sometimes does.
So how about this versus the Cubitus?
Oh, I would take this any day of the week.
Over the Cubitus.
The Cubitus. I mean,
Wow.
what is your opinion about the Cubitus?
I don't like it. I don't like it.
I think if it was if they released a smaller version, I think it's just so big on the wrist.
Yeah,
What if it was
that it has so many flaws. Just have a look at that dial for a second. Have a look at those batons. I mean, that is just a mess. Here is a well proportioned baton. Then you have this blob. Then you have this blob. This is different. This is different. I mean, it's just a mess.
Mishmash. Garbage.
Yeah, it probably would have been better with no indices.
Probably yes. Yeah, or
Yeah.
probably an afterthought and make a real beautiful watch instead of
There you
that.
go.
So let's see what Patel Philippe has to say, because
Do you know what I wish they did on the stainless steel one though? I wish they had the big date instead of the date at the 3. It would have been something different.
so Patel sent me that here to make the point that that Patek is the original. He's trying that all the time. To me, it's just a Calatrava with a luminous dial. Yes, the fence is correct. Zenith, by the way, used this type of fence, I think 30 years earlier. So to claim that this is the original is just ridiculous, and it's just a nice attempt to get ahead of the narrative again. But that's not gonna fly when I'm running that channel. So, but that is a 96 Patek Calatrava, and I'll give him that. There are similarities to that pilot watch, but still Zenith made those dials much earlier, but I don't see the originality. It is a plain round case with elegant lux. That is not special Patek. Others did that as well, and it just has a black dial with oversized numerals. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Proportions are kind of strange too. It's supposed to be a pilot's watch, right?
I would guess it's not supposed to be one, because
Oh, okay.
that's another flaw in
Yeah.
that watch. Because just like you say, pilots back then, their watches were pocket watches, and they strapped them on their thighs to be able to read them in the cockpits. And then one day they strapped it then on the wrist and discovered that they're really big, so they had to size them down then. But just like you say, it was not really a pilot's watch. I think it's just a Calatrava with a fancy dial.
Yeah.
Here, our friend Russ is defending the Cubitus. He's one of those sheep.
Guys, I'm going to be controversial. I have actually tried it on, and I kind of like the stainless steel one.
You like that? Okay.
Like at first, I wasn't a fan, but then I tried it on again. Not this one, the stainless steel one. It's a lot thinner on the wrist.
1 second.
I think I could be convinced.
What would it take? An
Maybe if you
allocation?
Money.
Maybe buy me one and I'll wear it for a while.
Oh, okay.
So I can tell you, I'm telling you a secret. So Russ was offered this one here, and he told me that, and I screamed murder and told him that he would be a total dumbass if he would buy that. Finally, then he settled, and that was my recommendation, and that is good when you're having Higgy as your friend. So that was my way of damage control, because in my opinion, that is way better than the normal steel one with a three-hander, because it's a special complication that they made with the big date. And I like also that it's on a fabric strap and not on a metal strap. Russ has several Nautilus, and I told him, what's the point of not having now a square Nautilus on a metal bracelet? At least take something that is very different to what you have already.
Has he got an allocation for this one?
No, he has it already.
Oh, he got this one. Okay, very good.
He just goes to the shop, drops the money, and he gets the watches. That is how important he is. We have a slight disagreement here. Russ says, "Don't flatter yourself, Iggy." Well, I try to influence you. At the end of the day, Russ is making his own decisions, of course.
Do you think we'll see a smaller one this year? Maybe a ladies' version?
To be honest, I don't see that for this year. Probably in a couple of years, but I think they're busy producing at the moment the men's watches that they showed, and I don't think that there will be a big addition to it on next year Watches and Wonder. We have air horn here. Oh fuck! I'm trying it again. Okay.
There he is.
Is that everything that you have?
I didn't listen to the stream yesterday. Did you guys talk about the new Vacheron 222 stainless?
Depends on which stream you're talking about.
The last night's Archie Lux show.
I haven't watched it, so I can't say that.
Yeah,
I was
I quite like it. The new 222 stainless steel Vacheron.
Yeah, we've been talking about my show on it as well. 1 second.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Monochrome watches. That was the big news yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah. I don't think I know your show, Higgins.
Say it again?
I don't think I've seen your show.
Well, that's a big miss then.
I know.
The
Are you
show is
allowed?
called Elite Horology.
Ah, okay.
So we've been talking about that yesterday. So here you see one of the old ones, the original 222, and you can
Looks
see
like a bottle
that.
cap.
Say it again?
Yeah, that's everyone's
Like a
saying
bottle
that.
cap. Yeah.
Bottle cap bezel.
Bottle cap. Okay, I haven't heard that. Interesting. So the old one you can identify here with the date window, because one of the criticism of the very picky guys, just like OC, is that the date window is sticking here into the miniature.
Okay.
So people are complaining that it ruins the design, and that has been rectified then by the re-edition. You can see now the date window is a little bit more inside. Nasty, just like I am. I'm saying this is not a design feature. This is due to the fact that the movement is too small for the watch. So you just have you can't put it more outside because the movement really is undersized.
I think I'd rather no date, to be honest.
Yeah, and if you have a look here, the date doesn't really.
Look at that alignment. Fuck.
Yeah,
Bad.
yeah, not good for a photo watch, I would say.
That's terrible.
Here you can see it as well.
So bad.
Let's have a look at Hodinkee if they had the same watch. 1 second, because they covered it as well, and maybe they had the same watch with the same issue. Well, it's set at 22. 1 second. So it's probably only a prototype because it always also says 22. Position. Should we?
But theirs looks aligned though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let's check the serial numbers. I sometimes do that for fun. So here we have a serial number 6106, correct? So let's go to monochrome and check if they had the same watch. No, they had a different one. That
Yeah,
is
some of the photos it's 23.
Yeah. So, yeah, but you get an idea how small that movement is because that case back has a very big ring. So the movement size is 26 millimeters. The watch is 37 millimeters. And one of my criticism of Patek, and I love complaining about Patek, was that their movements have not been updated for decades. And they were still using 27 millimeters movements. Now, if I criticize Patek for using 27 millimeter movements, I can't be silent when Vacheron is using 26.
Yeah.
You don't mean to tell me there's not a plastic spacer in there, is there, Higgins?
No. That I think that is an inlay. I think ceramic or under sapphire crystal. Fortunately, no. Plastic movement rings are not part of. I mean, the watch is certified with a Geneva seal, so it shouldn't have it there.
With the Patek Calatravas, before they went open case, would they have the plastic?
No.
Inside?
No, some watchmakers did that. I think Tissot did that for some times when we're talking about Swiss manufacturers, and of course a lot that came out of Asia, even including Seiko, had plastic spacers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I prefer the gold version of this 222.
Well, if you have the cash, be my
Oh yeah,
guest.
cash is crazy. But the cash, the price for this one's crazy as well. What is
Yeah.
it? 32,000 USD.
32,000, but I think the gold is 80,000. So
Yeah, it's quite high. It's cheaper on the pre-owned market, to be honest.
yeah. And I can imagine in a couple of years nobody really wants them. Actually, when they were introduced in 1977, they were not really popular, and they were soon phased out with an even worse model, which was called the Phidias. And after the Phidias, then came the Overseas, that, in my opinion, only had a success because the Nautilus and the Royal Oak are not available.
I just wish they put a clasp with micro adjustment. They do it on the Overseas, but they don't seem to do it on the 222. No, the Overseas has a perfect clasp. Yeah, yeah. Gold 222 under retail. Yeah.
Yep, which is not a surprise. So, you mean hear that buckle?
Yeah, there's no micro adjustment on the buckle.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm going to defend Vacheron and say, well, it is a replica of a watch that came out in 1977, and there was no micro adjustment. But that doesn't help you if your wrist swells or...
Yep. Especially when they've got the technology. The Overseas is one of the best micro adjusts.
Yep. So 1 second here. Palve, I'm listening.
Oh, can you hear me? Can you?
Yeah.
You? Oh, don, oh, golden baba, golden baba. Can you hear me? Golden.
Yes.
But look at
Yes, I can.
Look at me. Look at me.
I see you.
Golden baba, golden baba. Look at me. Look at me.
Welcome back, Airhorn.
Look at
I have the feeling that here some of my friends are trying to terrorize here
trolling
this stream, and I'm getting here very. Actually, I have a headache. I would like to drink something, but I'm doing it all myself. Baba is no help here. Watch Nick is no help. Tanzil is just sitting in the chair here and makes his jokes, and yeah, I'm lost here. Okay,
Hey, we got a super chat here.
Super chat, yes. Can you show Nick your top 3 favorite Cartier watches of all time? And now Mr. GMT is hopping on. Hello, Mr. GMT.
Hey, brother, I heard you got a headache, so I came to make it fucking worse. What's going on, boys?
You have an echo, Mr. GMT.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Not only your audio is shit, you have an echo.
Now he's gone.
Well, he muted himself, which is good, So, okay, my top 3 Cartier watches. Patel, did you ask my top 3 or did you ask for my favorite Cartier watch? I'm a little bit
Still got an
confused.
echo now?
Yeah, now it's better.
That's better. Top 3 favorite, he said.
Yeah. No, but he asked the same question on a previous show, and I was not sure if it was top 3. I think he only asked about my favorite Cartier, so I must be consistent. So, okay, 1 second.
Don't fuck it up.
Yeah, just you tell me. So,
Fuck, you are slow, eh? Jesus Christ, hurry up.
don't rush me for Christ's sake. So, when I was running my my other show, the Swiss and Don show, we presented here that watch collector, Mrs. Jane John, and in my opinion, she has a beautiful collection of watches. And this is my favorite thing, and that is my favorite Cartier. That is the Tank à Guichet, totally different to all the other
Very nice.
Cartier watches.
Can I let you on to a secret? I don't know how much of a secret it is, but they're re-releasing.
But you know,
the
hang on. You know, you're on a stream. You don't want to be saying secrets on a stream. You know that, right?
That's okay. I don't think it's much of a secret anymore. But they're re-releasing this model this year as their privé. Tank à Guichet. There'll be a new one out this year.
That would surprise me because they already released that as a privé a couple of years ago. So they're not re-releasing the privé as a privé again.
Again, yes. I think it's
wonderful.
Rose gold platinum.
Okay. I'm looking forward to that. So that is my favorite Cartier here of all times.
Nice.
Now,
and you get the platinum one as is
platinum,
this one here.
Platinum all the way.
Actually, I like this, but Swiss didn't like this because it reminded him of actually scales.
Yeah, it does look like scales.
Yeah, he thought he was a fucking butt actor. He thought that his taste buds were up his ass.
So my second is, and I have to say what I'm typing. I'm sorry, I'm a bad multitasker. Cartier Santos Privé Platinum.
Santos Dumont.
Santos Dumont, yes, the limited with on the leather strap. Now let me
with
check.
the lacquer.
No, 1 second. Here's Santos Dumont. That's it.
How bad's your headache, Higgins?
Didn't get any better since you hopped on.
Oh, the CPCP.
Beautiful. I'm doing my job.
Yeah, this is nice.
So yeah, that was a collection privée a couple of years ago. Have a look here at the structure of the dial, and I was talking about that Bedat Co that I had previously. They also have this little guilloche pattern under the lacquer. What I really like about this is a proper Santos, which is flat and edgy.
Yeah, it looks really thin.
And I don't like the modern Santos because they look more and more like the Panthère. And I want my Santos.
They're a lot more chunky, aren't they, than the more modern ones?
They are.
Well, that is relatively small, but that also has a Piaget manual.
Not this one, the modern ones. The modern ones.
Yeah. So I think that's nice. Absolutely outstanding platinum. And here you can see there is no curvature or anything, that is just flat. And that is how the Santos, in my opinion, should look like. Now, my favorite number 3 would be... My favorite number 3 would be something crazy. Cartier...
Yeah, crazy? Nah.
Wait. Mysterious. It's called Mas Mystérieuse. Have you ever heard of that?
That's the one with the it looks like the rotors. Yep, that's the one. The movements in the rotor.
Yeah, I think
Actually, I don't mind this.
It's very nice.
Thank you that you don't mind this. So what is special about this is that the entire movement is part of the rotor.
Oh shit!
So that rotor spins, and that contains the entire movement because the other half is blank.
Wow,
that's interesting.
How do they achieve that? Can you explain it?
Well, it's by good engineering, basically, because the transparent part are sapphire discs. So you don't see the connection on that. So they are working with sapphire crystal to make it look like it's floating. That's basically their main trick.
It pays homage to Cartier's mystery clocks, which you can see in the background.
Yes. Here, left and right. Here, that is one mystery clock. So basically, they have here sapphire discs that are connected to the hands. And the toothing is here hidden under the miniatory. and they issued 3 mysterious watches here. That one here has the same system here. The toothing is here outside. The tourbillon is also frozen.
I like the one that you showed first.
Thank you for your approval. You're a little bit mellow today, Mr. GMT. Usually we disagree on everything.
Now I'm starting to fucking fall asleep, so
Okay.
I'm starting to mellow out.
Well, I'm certainly not, because I have that fucking headache.
You know what? That makes me very happy.
Yeah, so so you can see how complex the...
I've never. I think this is the first time I've actually spoken to Nick.
Yeah, good to meet you, man.
Yeah, nice to meet you, buddy.
Yeah, Nick knows a lot about watches, and he was defending that Ulysse Nada. But Nick, I have a bone to pick with you, because I feel that you gave me incorrect information
About the freak.
The Freak X movement. I'm pretty sure that Freak X movement is not in-house.
Ah, okay. Have
Can
you
I tell
found
you
any?
why?
You got any evidence?
Well, amateur evidence.
Okay.
Come on, man. You can't fucking throw this at him, man. Seriously. You
Okay.
either have
I
proper
don't-
evidence or you don't.
I don't even have evidence in my favor either, to be honest.
What are you throwing out shit, Nick, too? Jesus Christ, man. You know how many punters are watching this show?
I start to like that man here a lot, actually.
Why do you think it's...
1 second, I'm trying to pull up a picture
Oh,
of the
Higgins, the freak, you're talking about the Freak X movement, right?
Yes.
Yep.
So it's powered by the UN 230, which is a manufactured movement developed and produced by UN. It's described as a fusion between the UN 118 and the UN 250.
Okay, I call that bullshit. So nice Googled, Baba, first of all.
Oh, it's better than Google what I'm using, but anyway.
You know what? When
ChatGPT?
Baba speaks, I'll listen, mate.
Okay, so I will tell you why I think that this is a base automatic movement, and they just added a module on top. So here you see the rotor, nothing really special about it. I will go a little bit later into that middle bearing here, because the way that bearing is designed reminds me of La Joux-Perret, and I will show you that in a minute. Now, people can say, "Oh, that is a coincidence that that the bearing looks like La Joux-Perret," but have a look at that hole. There is a big hole in that movement. Can you see it?
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
Yeah.
You have the mainspring here, you have the ratchet wheel here for the transmission and everything. There is a big gap here.
Okay.
So if they really custom made, so usually in this gap, you can find the escapement. So the balance wheel and the escapement wheel and everything, which is then connected to the mainspring barrel somehow. So usually you have here the escapement. The escapement on the Freak X, of course, is here visible on top.
Okay.
So the fact that you have a big gap by a so-called in-house movement, which has been designed particularly for this caliber,
But I
doesn't make
explained
sense.
it wasn't designed particularly. It was basically a mishmash of 2 calibers that already existed to create this. It's a fusion of existing calibers. So, you know,
So did they grab the parts and do it in house?
yeah, exactly. So exactly.
Okay, so
yeah.
they did do it in house. Okay, there you go.
Yeah. So what you're saying does have merit, Higgins, but it's because it's basically a cheaper
I'm still
version.
wrong.
You're still wrong. I mean, based on the information.
What is the name of those 2 movements? Let's have a look at it.
It's 118, UN 118, and UN 250.
1 second, let me try to find
So
it.
Nick, you're right, buddy.
We'll see. He might prove me wrong.
Mr. GMT, you know me, I'm not that easily convinced.
Let's bring up the movements and see.
Yeah, I'm fighting those battles.
Well, mate, like I said, when Baba speaks, I'll listen.
Okay, let me try to.
He sold the Freak X though, didn't he? The guy
Yeah, he
who
did.
purchased
Yeah, he
it?
did. Yeah, he did.
Allegedly, yes.
Made some
Kessler,
money.
you don't. Yeah, Kessler's a legend, mate. Love Kessler.
Okay, so that is the Ulysse Nardin 118, and you can see the escapement down there. To me, it looks different than the movement that I just pulled up. So I'm not sure.
So the other one is the UN 250.
Okay, let's pull up the UN 250.
Nick, how long you been watching Archie?
For a while, mate.
Yeah.
Every now and then, but I've been listening most days lately,
Oh,
jumping on
okay.
when I can.
All right. Yeah, because I haven't really seen you around, so I'm just curious.
I've come on a few times.
I've seen
most
you
of-
now recently. I have recently, but before
Yeah,
that's all,
I've come on a lot more recently.
yeah.
But
So
where are
Baba-
you? You're in Australia, are you?
Yeah, I'm in Darwin.
No, nice.
So the 250 looks exactly just like that freak X movement. Now let me make my point with the La Joue. And as I'm fluent in French, our movements. Why are these chronographs here? What is that? I don't want your chronographs. I want the normal three-hander.
Oh, okay. Watch Atelier. Okay, you're friends with him. Patel reckons.
Okay.
Thanks, Patel.
Okay, here's the La Jouve Perret. And what I observe here is that central bearing with
Yeah,
those
that's what is very similar. The center
with those
Very similar.
three scrounds, you will see that bearing here looks exactly like the Ulysse Nanda, and even that toothing where the rotor is actually pressed.
You think they could have bought the parts off them?
I have that feeling. So
And then modify.
That's
Yeah,
just
modify it.
why I find that very dodgy. Have a look here. The rotor is also pressed on here. You can see that bearing in the middle, the three screws. In my opinion, it just looks too similar. I give them
Go
credit.
back.
One second. I give them credit that this here is custom made because that is basically a reverser. Now let me pull it back.
Can you zoom into the toothing?
I personally think they bought the parts of them and modified them.
Maybe
in-house.
they just bought the rotor. I can't zoom in, Baba. I'm sorry.
Yes. Okay.
You
Oh, what
I
I-
can zoom in.
there
I
you
can
go.
zoom
You're
in.
zooming in now.
I
There we go.
can.
All right.
can.
So
Back
if you
in-
notice, the toothing is actually completely different. I mean,
Okay.
if you notice here, there's no break in the continuity here. There's no spacing difference. If you go back to the other one, you can see there's sets of looks like 3 teeth, and you can see there's a gap in between every third tooth. Toothing is totally different.
You mean here?
How
Yeah,
did
you see
pick
that
up
gap
so
right there?
quick? I'm impressed. Wow.
See,
Yeah, I
there's
see
3.
I'll see what
Yeah.
he's talking about.
1, 2, 3,
Totally
4.
different.
Let me check.
Yeah, I'll
Let me
see what
check.
he's talking about.
I'm not that easily defeated, Baba.
You're defeated. You're fucked.
Yeah,
I
but
told you.
defeated you
I'll give
before.
you that here. Here the toothing is regularly, and the other one is not regular. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there you go.
There's
And
just
it-
one
Well,
distinction. There's
I
just
did-
one.
Is that a common rotor? The way the bearings are set out, though.
No.
I haven't seen it before.
With many. So I'm just pulling up an ETA 2892 ETA. So usually the central bearing is very typical and unique, and that is why I have this suspicion. But Baba is on the way to defeat me, so let's enjoy it for
Well
a moment.
done, Baba. I'm Team Baba all the way.
All right.
Baba.
all right.
Okay. Here you
Would
have,
it be-
for example, one of the most used movements, and you can see the rotor bearing is totally different than what we're discussing here.
Okay.
By the way, Higgins, you got a super chat.
Oh shit! Again, my headache is not getting better. Oh, Scratchy here.
Thank fuck for that.
Scratchy. Great show, gentlemen. Thanks, Jonathan Quayle Higgins, Baba, Watch Nick. Who is
Watch
WN?
Nerd Dick.
That's
Ah,
me.
watching our Nick. Okay,
Watching
and
up
Mr.
Nick, for
GMT.
fuck's sakes.
And we had also Airhorn and Palve. It's
That's
great
right.
to have a good panel talking watches beside 10 trying to sabotage you guys. Yes, indeed. Indeed.
Thanks, Scratchy.
Thank you very much, Scratchy. Always
Another
for your
fellow
support.
Aussie.
So I'll give Golden Baba that the toothing is a little bit different, but I will try to find a loophole
All
There's
right.
no chance you're fucked, mate.
that fits with my theory.
Forget it. Fucking give up already, mate.
Okay, but I admit temporarily defeat. But maybe
Okay.
Baba builds a bridge telling me that the bearing looks bloody similar to what I've just been showing here.
Fucking, I knew I backed the right horse. There you go.
Patel says he could give it up and buy a Rolex.
I'm with Patel.
Guys, I've got to head
Okay.
off.
Me too. I've got to head off too.
Watch
It's
Nerd
late.
Nick.
I've got to go to sleep.
Always good to have you on the panel, and same to you, Mr. GMT. Also, thank you very much for hopping on yesterday. It was hilarious. I was just rewatching it today, and I was laughing my ass off. It was really funny.
Was it funny? Did I fuck it up that bad?
No.
Oh, thank fuck for that.
And now Russ is sending me a photo of his freak movement, but he has the first generation, which is manual wine. So
Yeah, it's completely different.
That'll
oh
be
shit!
different
Now
again.
Golden Baba takes all the credit. I mean, I was
Oh,
working my
wow.
ass off to convince
Listen,
everybody.
mate. When
Thanks,
Baba's on a
Scratchy.
mission, he fucking is on a mission, mate.
Yeah, and Scratchy, I can tell you, I've been defeated over and over. Actually, Tanzil created a username who was called the Jonathan Quell Higgins Fact Checker.
That's right.
And he was in the comments always when I made a questionable remark. And his masterpiece was, I was trying to pull up a Patek movement, and Jonathan Quell Higgins fact checker remarked in the comments that this is a fake movement. So I pulled the movement from a fake movement site. They used the real one as a bait. But
All right,
that was
already.
really
All right, you've said enough. See you later. Have a good
Yeah.
night, guys. Sweet
Okay.
See you,
dreams.
GMT.
Stay
See ya.
safe,
Bye-bye,
boys.
GMT.
See you, Nick.
So you're going as well, Golden Baba?
It's up to you. I mean, if
No.
you're going on the
You
show, I'll stay.
stay. You stay
All
on
right.
until the end, if
Still on
you
the
can.
hook.
Okay, so what else do we have here? Do we have any interesting comments here?
See. JBJB's fighting with Poway.
Really?
Yeah.
Where does all the hate come from?
I don't know. Why do we hate the ones we love?
Yeah, probably, yeah. So, Pavel, are you impressed by deep dish and Rolex knowledge? I like that one. And I saw a nasty comment by Russ. I usually know him better. He's always sophisticated and trying to play the British gentleman. But I saw something about a whale penis. Oh, watch Nerd Nick left the panel. Didn't say properly bye. Thank you very much for hopping on. So no, I don't find the comment. I think we are wrapping this up. What do you
So
think?
before we wrap it up, I think Gangster Gary's in the chat. He was, oh no, it wasn't Gangster Gary. It was Dodger that was talking about it. Dodger's not here, but I'll talk about it anyway. He said it sounded like he regretted buying the Pikachu. What do you think?
He regretted that?
Well, I think it sounded like if he was going to do it again, he wouldn't do it. I don't know.
I haven't talked with him about that. I was there when he picked it up in Berlin. And back then he was over the moon. I think I can only speculate. He's chopping wood and does all the dirty work around the house, and probably he's not wearing it enough, or he sees a problem wearing it while doing all those dirty jobs. But that is only my speculation why he has kind of regrets. Last time that I talked with him, he wanted to sell a lot of watches, but not the Pikachu. So I'm not sure if that has changed.
Interesting. Would you purchase one if you were offered one? I know you're gonna
No.
say no.
First,
Yeah, of course
first
not.
of all, I'm not a yellow gold guy.
And you're not a Rolex guy, really.
Oh,
Right? You just like vintage. You just like vintage.
no, that's not true.
No?
That's not true. That is just because you don't know my my watch collection entirely.
Really?
So yeah, my only modern watch that I still have is a Submariner No Date 11040.
Well, that's not even the most modern version.
That's
So
not the most modern
you
version.
made my case for me. I win again.
If you're that picky, yes. If you're that picky, yes. But you were addressing to vintage Rolex watches, and I wouldn't call that being a vintage.
Well, it's definitely not. Definitely no. It's definitely not vintage, but it's also you don't have anything new, right?
Well, not anymore, not anymore. But I have plenty of not vintage. So with sapphire crystal, I make the difference between vintage and not, depending on the crystal.
By the crystal? Okay. So there's a comment from Gangster clarifying what Dodger talked about.
Dodger said he felt uncomfortable spending so much money on the watch, even though it's worth more than he paid. That is a subjective point of view, and yeah, can't say a lot about that or against it.
So do you like plexiglass?
I love plexiglass, actually.
You think it actually adds character to wearing the watch, or is that why you like it, or what?
Well, it's not the plexiglass per se, and this is just my opinion. So I like sports watches by Rolex, but I detest the white gold surrounds against the around the lume. And they started that nonsense with the introduction of the sapphire crystals. I know that there are some acrylic crystals also with this kind of dial, but that is more the exception than the rule.
Right.
So personally, I like my sports models without those white gold surrounds, matte dial, and yeah, the sapphire crystal all have those white gold surrounds.
Right. So you don't like modern Rolex.
If you give me the choice, I always go vintage. Yes.
All right. Now we're getting somewhere. So what about the problem of always scratching up the plexi? I hate that. It's a mess. Looks like garbage after a while.
Well,
You
you're a
gotta
young
polish it all the
cricket.
time.
When I was your age, so when I was 19 or 20, I saw it exactly like you're doing it right now. I
Yeah.
was horrified of scratches, and my first Rolex was sapphire crystal. It was a GMT 16760 fat lady, and I just bought it because of the sapphire crystal. I could have bought the old one, but I was horrified of getting my super expensive watch being scratched. And Patel
Well,
already says toothpaste.
yeah, the
Toothpaste first.
problem is it gets hazy. You gotta polish it all the time. I mean, what is this? I don't want to do that.
You have to relax a little bit, Baba.
Mm,
Scratches happen. Scratches happen on watches.
yeah.
But it's a state of mind. Some people can't stand it. I can only tell you I made that personal development that I don't care anymore if there is a scratch in the crystal or not. If I had a sapphire crystal and I had a scratch there, that would bother me a lot.
Hmm.
Now it doesn't make any sense at all. I know that.
Interesting.
But I can't talk you into something that bothers you, and that's totally fine. It's just a difference of opinion, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's no big deal. Obviously, you throw some toothpaste or some polywatch on there and you're set. But it's just another maintenance thing that you got to worry about.
Yeah, but if you have a look at my vintage Rolex, they all have scratches, and it doesn't really matter to me.
So you never polish plexi?
No, because I don't like when they're getting out of shape, to be honest.
Mm,
Every time you polish, you polish some of the shape away, particularly on the edges.
sure.
So I just leave it. And then
Yeah,
get
but I
on.
mean, so you don't consider plexi to be a consumable that's part of basic maintenance?
Well, I'm not one of those guys who insists in having a 50-year-old plexi crystal on his watch because I know what that means for water resistance. So I'm okay with getting an original Rolex replacement now and then on my watches. However, I never did that. I bought my vintage watches used and just go on with the crystal.
See.
But I
So
have polished plexi crystals from used watches that I bought because there were too many scratches. But I prefer paying a cheap price for a scratched plexi crystal and just polish it up.
what modern Rolex would you buy? Any?
I still have. I'm a GMT Pepsi guy. Personally, I prefer the GMT over Submariner. I like also the Guinness, but only steel. I wouldn't buy the two-tone.
What about the full gold one?
Full gold and white gold, if they did, yes, but yellow gold, definitely not, or rose gold.
Interesting.
Because I had that Vacheron for over 25 years, yellow gold with a black dial, beautiful. Never wore it. I'm just not the white gold type. The yellow gold type. Sorry. Platinum or steel or white gold for me.
Higgins has a newfound love for the Platona. Interesting.
Patel is teasing me with always the same old stories. Do you know about that story?
No.
I'm sure you heard it.
No, I didn't hear it.
So OC was running one of his shows, and Boston Collector, whom I only call Boston Investor, because in my opinion he's not a collector. Spreadsheet, Boston Collector, yes. He was on the panel, and somehow they talked about a Platona and how it would be if they would get one allocated. I think OC is trying to get one. And Boston said, well, that will be certainly high horology if you would get a Platona. And when I heard that, I just thought, what the fuck? And you know how easily I'm triggered.
Sure.
So I had to hop on the panel and curse him out for that.
Did you win that battle?
I was polite. I just said, look, I'm just hearing that nonsense. Come on, guys, you can't be serious.
What would you do if you were forced to buy a 42 millimeter Yachtmaster on the secondhand market, but it had a oyster flex that didn't fit your wrist properly? What would you do?
Get one that fits. What is
That's
the
what I
alternative?
said. Yeah, of course. Buy the right size.
Yeah, it's not rocket science. I mean, it costs you another, I don't know, 700-800 euros as far as I know. But
That's not bad.
why spending so much money when the watch doesn't fit?
Exactly. Smart man.
I mean, it's tough because you're drained out after you bought an expensive watch. I understand that situation, but you're losing so much enjoyment of the watch when it doesn't really fit.
Yeah, it's flopping around, it's sliding up and down.
Yeah, and then probably you hit it somewhere just because it's sliding around your wrist, and you probably make a damage that is more than a new oyster flex.
You got it, man.
So Patel is asking a question. I can't say that because I haven't seen Watch Nicholas Yachtmaster 42. I guess your question is connecting to that. I can't say if it's too small or too big.
No, I just pulled that out of thin air. It's got nothing to do, but it's a funny question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scratchy, what do you expect Rolex to release this year? Baba, tell me what you expect from them, and then I'll tell you.
Coke. It'd be great. Let's get the Coke, or let's get a full gold Hulk. Come on.
I mean, we're talking about a Coke now for how many years? 10 years? 15 years?
They're never going to give it.
Yeah.
Never going to give it.
So Coke, and what else did you?
Full gold Hulk.
Full gold Hulk. Ah, that's going to be interesting. So following the deep sea in full gold that they introduced last year.
Yeah.
So I can tell you what I wish them to release, and then I will think about what I think that they will release. I wish that they would release a Submariner in platinum.
Yes, that would be great.
I wish they would do that. I also wish that they would do a Submariner big crown without crown guards.
Of course you would say.
But that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So those are my two wishes. One is totally out of this world, not going to happen. What do I think they will release? I'm with Baba every year. We're hoping for a Coke. We have seen a teaser last year where Rolex showed us a Submariner with an ice blue dial. And I dissected that teaser, and I made a point why that is a Submariner with an ice blue dial, which then
Platinum.
is a platinum Submariner.
Of course.
So maybe they're gonna do that.
Do you think they would release a platinum Submariner on Oysterflex?
Good question. So far they haven't, because their Submariner on Oysterflex is the Yachtmaster. I don't think so. I
No?
think they're very stubborn and very territorial with their models. So Oysterflex is, as far as I know, the Yachtmaster and the Daytona, nothing else, correct?
Yeah.
So
Well, they have it on Skydweller. Don't they have a Skydweller?
Skydweller, I'm
No?
not sure. Could be. So, but what I'm trying to explain is they allocate the Oysterflex to certain models and to certain models not. I don't think that they will change that formula. It would be great. It would look great. Would be fantastic. Oh, I'd love them to make a Yachtmaster with that ceramic insert, just like the 42 millimeter in white gold, but in steel or in titanium 40 millimeter. I think the 42 millimeters is a little bit too big. So steel or titanium 40 millimeter with the black ceramic insert. I think they're gonna do that.
Have you seen the fully platinum Yachtmaster that was made for the CEO? I think it sold at auction for $4 million.
No, I haven't. I don't remember that, but in my age, you remember sometimes plays tricks. So that was for Dufour, or was that for Heininger?
I can't remember. If you pull it up, there's definitely an article that'll tell you about it.
Yacht Master for CEO.
I think it was a piece unique.
Yeah, that was Heininger. So 1 second, let me share that. I'm just saying my headache is not getting any better.
Maybe you need some caffeine.
I had, but here it is. Unique Platinum Yachtmaster 2023. Why haven't I seen that? Probably I was on vacation. Oh, very interesting.
Yeah, even the dial is platinum, I believe.
Wow. And then with the setting. Oh, what does it say? 10 millionth chronometer. So it was a. Is it 10 million or 10th? 10 D million is 10 millionth chronometer. So probably they got the certification for the 10th million and were celebrating that with this particular watch. Because
yeah, I like this watch. Too bad it's so expensive. And there's only one.
And it sold for 4 million, you said?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. Well, very cool and unique watches. And unique watches from Rolex are always Crazy, crazy expensive. I didn't know that.
Mm.
So
Man, I'm
that's
schooling Higgins today, man. Check it out.
yeah. I'm gonna be the sore loser today.
Oh no.
But it's always good to learn something new. I mean, would be here. It's sold for 2.5 million, including BIOS premium.
Ah, there you go. Okay, still less.
Yeah, but
You know
still,
who taught me about this watch?
who?
Curly.
Oh, okay. Well,
Can you believe this? It's amazing, huh?
who brought the topic up?
He did. That's how he taught me. I mean, he did. It's
Really?
not because he
Okay.
knew about it. Yeah, he brought it up. Yeah, by accident.
Oh,
So
cool. No,
yeah.
did you know it before?
No, that's why I'm saying I didn't know about it
Hmm.
until he showed me a video about it, and then we did
Yeah.
some watch talk on it. So he
Oh, very
inadvertently
cool.
taught me about it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, super cool watch. You know that why Heininger resigned?
No.
Because he was losing millions, supposedly, allegedly, he lost millions with Bernie Madoff.
Really?
And the speculation is $1 billion dollar company money.
Ooh, of company money. That's something else.
Yeah.
I thought they were a nonprofit, Higgy. What happened?
Well, non-profit doesn't mean that that you're not making a profit before
Yeah,
you're giving the profit for charity.
fair enough. Yeah.
So the CEOs are not working for free just because they're working for a non-profit organization. Quite the contrary, and they're not driving Volkswagen cars.
Very true.
So yeah, I know that it's a non-profit organization, but they make a huge profit, which is then transferred to all kind of charity stuff that the Hans Wilsdorf Foundation does.
Archie has another comment. He wants to see a new Pelagos since it hasn't been
Okay,
updated in 10 years. What do you think?
Pelagos 42 millimeter on bracelet. Whew. 42 on bracelet since it has not been updated in 10 years. Maybe I have the feeling that Tudor more and more focuses on the Black Bay.
Mm.
Probably we will see another National Marine watch. I'm not sure. Can't. I'm very neutral about Tudor because I don't really care to be honest. Yeah,
You don't
interesting.
care? What do you think about the FXD?
Well, that is the FXD is the Marine Nationale.
Oh,
What I don't like about the FXD are the fixed lugs,
yeah, of
which
course.
forces you into a NATO strap. And I don't like NATO strap because it adds height. And the problem
Yeah.
with the FXD is that it's still very thick watch, and you have another layer underneath the watch
Hmm.
that makes it stick out even more. Visually, I like it, and I like the system of fixed lug, just like with the mill subs and everything. I think it's a cool concept, but then you have that extra layer or two underneath the watch. What do you think?
Yeah, I've tried it. It's okay, but like you said, the NATO kind of ruins it for me, you know. But and they have nice NATOs, there's no doubt about it. But to spend that much for something with fixed lugs is nonsensical to me. But
What is your favorite? What is the coolest Rolex in the current collection?
oh, the coolest, meaning my favorite.
Hmm.
If I had nothing, probably would like the Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
Yeah. I
If
mean,
you had nothing,
if I had never experienced anything as my first Rolex, probably that. 1908's nice though.
you currently you don't have any Rolex, or Do you still have one?
Nope, nothing now.
Okay.
Just a bunch of shitters.
Bruce Wayne, I agree with you, but not with the Jubilee bracelet. I think it's a
No?
sacrilege of having a sports model on a Jubilee.
Yeah.
Other than that, I really like the Bruce Wayne. But in my opinion, the coolest watch in the collection is the Deep Sea
Ugh.
Challenge.
Oh
Challenge.
boy.
Challenge.
Too big, too big. Come on, you're never gonna wear this.
Not for wearing and not for flipping, but this is a kind of concept watch.
Hey, you stick it in the pressure testing machine and you put it on your shelf and you leave it there.
Exactly.
You
I would have it on the shelf together with the Fabergé egg.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Rolex usually does those prototypes, but they are not for sale. So they do a couple of prototypes, but they are not selling them. And I guess that they only produce them in very small numbers. And I tell you, the moment they discontinue that watch, people will realize that they missed out on something.
Maybe. So what do you think about the 1908?
Love it.
Oh, okay.
And I hope
Yeah,
that they are extending it with complications.
yeah, that's the other one I do like. I do like it a lot.
Oh, look at me, look at me, JB, look.
Okay, that's enough. Yeah, we were talking about what do you expect from Rolex to present. I think 1908, an extension is due, isn't it?
So what a complication would you like to see in the 1908?
I think Rolex will play it safe and do a moon phase, just like with the
Yeah.
Cellini previously, something like that.
Yeah, that's the next logical step, right?
Yeah. I have ongoing discussions with Tan about if they will do a full calendar, annual calendar, perpetual calendar. To be honest, I can't see them making a perpetual calendar.
No, probably not. I mean, annual calendar probably, but
Yeah. I can't see
So-
Rolex making a perpetual calendar because they would be charging similar money just like Patek Philippe. But at the end of the
Yeah.
day, Rolex can't win that. And Rolex loves to win. They don't want to be the losers. And I think there is nothing to win from a perpetual calendar from Rolex.
do you think with the decreasing interest in wristwatches and the market kind of dumping, do you think they're going to take more chances this year with their releases or no?
I hope so. Because let's be honest, last year's Watches and Wonder was super boring.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I hope that there is a kind of desperation that puts a little bit heat under their chairs.
Oh, JB, look at me, JB, classy guy, JB, fat boy, JB, you got the attention you wanted, JB, fat boy, JB, in the shed, JB.
Okay, I think Palve blew his load. He's starting to threaten me in the comments here,
Oh,
which is hilarious. Yeah, I'm gonna complain to upper management. We are so scared about our jobs here, Baba.
Oh no.
Please don't fire me.
Well, I mean, the good news is whenever Lux is on, I'm not even allowed on the panel. So that's why I'm here today. You know,
Well, you shouldn't be nasty to Luxy Boy.
I try my best, it's just so hard,
Okay.
you know? I mean, you know what I mean.
Well, I like to poke him, but I know that he's sensitive, so I'm not overstepping a line. I think in general I'm not doing. I don't know what you did to him or what you said that hurt him, but I heard that you're not welcome. Let's put it that
Oh,
way.
you heard? Okay, all right.
Well, I heard it. I heard it secondhand.
Right, okay.
So not from Tan and not from Lux. I heard somebody talk about it, and that's it. This is not a confirmation or anything.
Nasty.
I must be careful with things that I've heard because that gave me trouble with a knock.
So, did Jamie tell you this, or who told you? Tell me. Give me
No,
give
I
me a
think
first
I heard
verdict.
it on one of the hate streams actually.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that's horrible. Horrible.
yeah, but people are saying a lot of rubbish and repeating all the same bullshit.
Why is it so nasty? It's a brand new year. What's going on?
Well, I personally hold a couple of grudges that I didn't forget in the new year. But in general, I try to be cheerful and welcoming to people.
So you're just pretending to be nice to me right now.
No. I think you and I, we talked the last time, and I'm trying my best to move on. And personally, I enjoyed the conversation with you today, and also the last time that we spoke.
All right, me too, man. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Do you know something, Higgy? I just want a little word. I just want a little word with Golden Baba. I tell you what, mate. You get where water cannot. You get where water can't, mate. How you've managed to get on here, knowing what shit you pull. You snaky little fucking dirty bastard. You snaky. How you can get where water can't, mate. And I tell you something. JB can't get where you can because he's fat as fuck. JB and Golden.
You know what I like about Palve? I don't understand a single word that he's saying due to his accent and his crackling microphone, but I like the beat and the sound.
Yeah, good energy, right? I mean, he's got powerful energy. Whatever's happening there, it's really forceful, you know?
Yeah, and I love Palve. Don't get me wrong. I just think that we're having a nice conversation, so why should I allow that? And Palve can complain whatever he wants. At the moment, I'm here on the button, and I just want him in small doses.
Yeah, you gotta microdose.
Yeah. Okay, Baba. I think we are wrapping this up. Thank you very much for the pleasant conversation. I really genuinely enjoyed that, and I have people say that all the time. I have no problems when I'm being corrected. Sometimes I'm not giving up, of course, but I think I'm all for open conversations, and when I learn something, that's okay.
Very nice. Very fair.
Okay, so you have a good night. Thanks again for everybody who joined. Thanks, Palve. Thanks, Airhorn. Watch Nerd Nick. Who else was there? Mr. GMT. Archie. Let's wrap this up. Bye-bye, everyone.
Archie luxury jumps on a Boeing jet, leaves behind a family, no regrets. He's got a birthday, I'm your old Shanghai. Eyes are on Mrs. Lai, the reason why. While in Brisbane, the tears roll strong. Chinese whispers called him to Hong Kong. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave behind the begging for the Luxy show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Archie's chasing dreams in the mystic land. Mrs. Lai brings coffee to his hand. Family's calls echo on the phone. He's miles away, lost, but he's not alone. In old Shenzhen's glow, he likes to stray. With Mrs. Lai, they bonk till the light of day. Pack up your bags and off you go. He's not showing up to New York Watch Show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Though the tears roll down in Brisbane town, Archie's 3-inch dick flops all around. Celebrations in the neon night, forgetting home, he's chasing new Asian delight. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Weeks later, Archie leaves his playground. Comes back home, he's Brisbane bound. Comes up with stories that he's going bust. Has to fool the punters to gain their trust. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragon soars. The romance misses lie until his balls are sore. Archie spent the punter's money, he's in a fix. Spins a story that he can't eat bricks. All the lonely simps believe his scam. Grab all their cash, shove it in his hand. Pack up your bags and off you go. He didn't bother with the New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragon soars. The romance misses lie until his balls are sore. Comes on streams, he cries poor again. He's made 10, gives him 5 grand, maybe 10. Archie thinks he's a big swing dick, cause the punters fall for his gypsy shtick. Pack up your bags and off you go. Didn't bother with the New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragon soars. The romance misses lie until his balls are sore.